2, 1.
Now, here's a little story I got to tell about the two sides of life you know so well, the serious and the fun. Obviously told by John L. Peacock and my boy Pete. And have a little podcast named Two-Sided Pod. Don't leave now, it gets better after a few shots. For Brooklyn, San Diego, they run this land. The sheriff's posse's on their ass because they in demand. One lonely listener you might be. All of us together make a community, so get comfy, it gets bumpy with how Pete acts. This show's about to start and my beer's getting flat.
You're listening to Two-Sided, a live recorded podcast where each week I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the serious and the fun.
Fuck you, John. The serious and the fun. Man, John. Look at you. Look at you doing all these podcasts. You got to get rid of some of these. I really need you to work on your slideshow. Folks, what is happening? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are the Two-Sided Pod. We are here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 4 a.m. Greenwich Sandwich time on Wednesdays if you happen to be across the pond. Yeah, boy. What up? And anyone kicking it live? Everyone kicking it live on the ones and twos. No, okay. Anybody who's on the stereo streets, click that link above your head. You can see us live on the YouTubes where we got people coming in. We got Desert Fox coming in hot now. Yeah, boy, what's cracking? And yeah. And tell them, John, if they are not live here in the YouTubes or the stereo streets, tell them where they can find us on the socials if they have the inkling.
If they have the inkling, the YouTube channel is at TWO-Sided Pod, all one word, no underscores, as Pete likes to point out, which is superfluous. So Two-Sided Pod, all one word.
All lowercase, no underscores. Yeah, no umlauts, no accent to do, accent to drive.
And that is actually the same handle for all of our socials, at Two-Sided Pod, on the Insta, on the Twitters, on the that's all we got, I think. I'm not sure.
Well,
Tickety Talks. We got the Tickety Talks.
Yeah, but when we advertise at IKEA, we definitely have umlauts. So that's one thing to be on the lookout. If you go to IKEA looking for the Two-Sided, umlauts. All one word, all umlauts.
It's because they're Swedish, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Fucking the Swedes. They love their meatballs and they love their umlauts. Two things I know about the Swedes, John. One, fucking umlaut aficionados. Two, you can't get between them and their meatballs, John. We don't call them Swedish meatballs for nothing.
Huh. A little known fact.
Yeah, look it up. The more you know, the less you learn.
We got one package of pop, and then let's get right into the show.
All right, buddy. That sounds like a plan. Love it when a plan comes together.
What's up, John and Pete? Oh, you crazy listeners in the audience. What's going on? Hope you're having a great evening. Hope you all get drunk for me. Anyways, have a great show.
Thank you. That's one thing. we will drink in proxy at any point. We're like Make-A-Wish Foundation for fucking non-drinkers. What's the one booze you want to see John L. Peacock get hammered on Tuesday nights? Well, it turns out, Timmy, your dream's gonna come true. That's right. We have a bottle of Shiraz and a bottle of watermelon pucker. That's right, John. You're gonna. It's classy. That's what Jimmy wants. Jimmy gets his wish, baby.
That's what it might be his last wish, but he'll still get it.
It might be your last wish if you drink it all. Oof.
Shot or just the intro.
Let's pour a shot for the intro, but shout out to everyone here in the YouTubes. We got Spondy, we got Desert, we got a couple more people coming in. Don't be afraid to click that link. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Pour a shot, John. Start the show. God damn it, start the show.
Well, howdy.
No, John. No, John. Of all the things you need to work on, I would say the theme song might be the top list. Your pictures, slideshow would be second. Technical skills, number 3. Researching, number 4. And then I'd break down the didgeridoo, number 5, and kazoo, number 6, individually, instead of just as a whole. So, but I mean, there's a lot of shit to work with. And Joey says, start the goddamn show already, John.
I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
I'm my boy Pete, disappointed as always in Southern California.
And you're listening to Two-Sided, a live recorded podcast where each week I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the fun and the serious.
Yeah, John, when I don't accept your challenges, it's not a challenge when you see it so clearly. It's not fun and serious. It's right and wrong. It's me and you. It's yes and no. It's a give and a take, John. It's a push and a pull, an ebb and a flow, a yin and a yang, John. It's a loony and a toonie, buddy. Speaking of which, our good friend, the Looney Tune Show, is all here. Good to see you, bud. Always a pleasure. It's like a good listener and a bad listener. It's like a poor internet connection and a dial-up modem. They're both shitty, but one's better than the other.
When you first said loony and a toonie, I thought you were talking about Canadian currency.
No, John. It's like a moose and a mountie, John. It's like a cheese curd and a Canuck. John, it's like an ice rink and a twofer. Oh yeah, you want to go get a twofer? Hey, let's get a twofer and a pack of smokes, and then we'll go and watch the ice hockey rink. Yeah, okie dokie, John. I wrote a little poem for you. Actually, you know what? I didn't. I was going to, and now that I just said that, I was like, I'm going to write a haiku that always starts with John, because that's 3 of my fucking syllables I need. I just need to figure out the rest of the syllables, and we're gonna be on a fucking coffee table book or some shit. I don't even know. Sorry. What's up? Hey, how you doing? Man?
All right, man. We got a couple packets to pop, but before you ask me, but let's do with your start with the general check-in. My boy Pete, how you doing?
John, I am unfortunately aware of my time in the year. I am completely aware. It's when I get all giddy and I'm counting down to vacation time, then the realization of adulthood hits and you realize like, oh shit, I do not have another planned vacation until December 1st. But then I'm taking pretty much all of December off. So,
right.
But fuck, John. Fuck, it's only the 17th. I have to make it till December. Ooh, watch out, liver. Look out, drug habits. You're all in for a treat the next couple months to get through this bad time. Unleash the floodgates and batten down the hatches. Gargantua is coming to town.
Oh, what a shame, my boy Pete. You have to look forward to, in 2.5 months, you're going to have a full month off.
You know what? Hey, goddammit. It's totally undeserved. I was going to say, I work for a living. No, I totally don't. It's totally undeserved. I should not be entrusted with this much time off. I only get up to mischievous ways, John. What have you done all this time in between vacations? I saved up bail money. Made a plan. What kind of plan? To use the bail money. Perfect. It's going to be good, John. It's going to be real good.
It's going to be great. Pop those 2 packets. Let's move on.
Listen, Foxy, nobody gets more drunk than I do. Okay, listen, quite honestly, I don't drink a lot, and when I do, trust me, they love for me to drink. They would love for me in the polls to be just getting down and dirty, but I'm not going to be like that. I promise you, there's a big election day coming up. There's one of probably the best, probably one of the biggest, but I'm not going to drink. I will take shots, but it's only going to be shots on Joe Obama. That's right.
Sir, we're not talking about Obama anymore.
Oh, sorry, we're talking about Joe Biden.
No, we're talking about Joe Mama.
Oh, see, even the Secret Service are giving me shots. Trust me, I've survived one, I'll survive another one.
This fucking guy. Speaking of shots, John, shall we, my friend? Raise your glass. Anyone who can see, John is holding up a silent shot in solidarity of those who have no tongues. Cheers. Oh, by the way, John, I was going to tell you, I got the statistics back. We're huge in the mute community. We're really taking off. So do more like facial expressions and use of hand gestures. They like that a lot.
Honestly, though, from a listener perspective, turned guest host, I don't even remember the second half of the show when I played my boy Pete in a production of the two sides. It was like, oh, wow, like, that's a lot of shots. I said I was going to maybe do a fake shot or two, but I didn't have anything to do a fake shot or two with real shots.
It'll catch up.
Next day,
Wednesday. It'll catch up, bro. Bro, it's aggressive. It's an aggressive life choice. People are like, what's wrong with you? And you're like, I think it might be COVID. Every Wednesday? Yeah, every Wednesday I catch the coves. I get the vids. No bueno. What is that boozy smell? That's the vaccination. This is what they give me every Tuesday to drive it away, John. Drive it away. Okay, one more. Here we go. Oh, shit. Got a big old batch of fever on the brain. Dub. A big old batch of beaver on the brain. Well, my man, I couldn't have said it myself. I will drink to that. I will indeed. Oh, I should pour another shot. All right, so are we doing the show or should we start the show? Should we do
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a little beaver on the brain. But speaking of one who always has beaver on the brain, it's time for our first lightning round.
It's time to get there. Oh, what's up, Johnny Peacock? What's up, my boy Pete? How's everybody doing out here in Beavertown, baby? Woo!
Hey, how you doing, lightning round guy? Man, I missed you. You know, you're some of my favorite. You're basically my favorite thing in the show every week. I want you to know that.
Ah, man, it's good to hear your voice. I'm glad to hear your pleasantries and your salutations because it's been a rough week, and I look forward to these meetings, John. You raise my spirits, and as my boy Pete says, you lower my expectations.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment, and this smoke's for you.
All right, man. I'm going clean. I don't smoke weed anymore. I just paint, so I'm going to go back to it. Y'all have a good show now. Bye.
See you later, bro. Good man. Good man.
Yeah, good man. Yeah, don't bring up substances around him because he always has to go one-upsmanship. Just don't do it. It's not very good. It's never a good idea.
All right. Well, speaking of never a good idea, everybody who's anybody knows that the first lightning round of the episode is always a standard Q&A. My boy Pete, are you ready for the questions?
Speaking of bad ideas, John, I am a bad idea waiting to answer questions. No, I don't need a lawyer. Yeah, the affair's over, but I think I'm going to tell my wife about it. I was going to use protection, but I thought, hey, when's the next time I'm going to be in Haiti? Am I right? All right. Let's answer questions.
I'm glad that lightning round guy is out of the room because this question's a little personal. My boy Pete, what you smoking on?
Hey, man, I don't believe in herringbone. It's a nice tweed. It's a cashmere print on an old Sasquatch mountain. It's some weird fucking two-for thing. I didn't go to the store, and so all I have is pens. The only flower I have is like the free blunts they give you. So not great, but it fits the need.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of leads into the next question. My boy Pete, where does it rank in with your favorite strains.
Oh shit. Well, it's just a fucking pre-roll, so you don't even know. It's like Davy Crockett's lawn trimmings and tree spruits. I was like, what is a spruit? Like, that's why it's $1.50 a blunt. Oh, because you don't know how to spell. Perfect. I'd say low. I'd say not the least. I'd give it a 3, 3.5 out of Alabama. Wait, what is our scale, John? Are we talking like numbers or geography or confusion? Confucius.
Confucius, yeah, we're talking scales of Confucius.
Yeah, perfect, John. Then in that case, Rolling Stone will kill you, so get out of the way. I believe Confucius once say.
That's how low it ranks. All right.
Yeah.
Well, then let's get to the good stuff. My boy Pete, what is your favorite strain?
John, I'm an equal opportunity. I'm kind of what people call me around here. They call me the Jesus of the weeds. I say, come unto me, all of my children, my sativas, my indicas. I see not distinction in strains. I see not what your measurements are. 34, 26, 34. Only if she's measuring it 39.7. I don't even know what that means. I feel like that's CBD. I don't know. There's a I don't know, man. I like I've been a big fan of Blue Dream, but of the real good Blue Dream. But it's more mellow. I like a good couch planner. I like a good Skywalker. I like a good cookies. I don't know, John. I'm just equal opportunity. Here's the deal. When you see me in public, offer me, and I will tell you where it ranks on the scale. That is a promise. I will. They say never smoke weed from people who just come up and approach you. I'm like, that's how weed works. People have to approach you for you to smoke it, and then you smoke it, and then that's how it works.
Well, they're not strangers if it's all part of a contest. So you heard it here first, folks. This is a contest. If you could find my boy Pete on the street and have something you feel he's going to like to offer him, he will accept it and tell you where it ranks. The highest ranking person by the end of the year, by the time he gets to that December vacation, gets something special for my boy Pete.
John, you made that sound really weird. People are just going to come up and offer me, hey, you want to, hey, psst, come here. I have been offered so many random things in alleys. None of them weed related, John.
And that's why they don't rank high, my boy Pete. I mean, you still took them. You had to rank them.
Well, yeah. The time when I went, got tickets to that meat raffle, that was amazing. That was a great time. Good choices. Always, folks, I'm going to be honest, if you're in the Midwest or outside of a bar somewhere in Southern California, always buy meat out of the back of a truck or a van. It is always a good idea. You can see if the meat's good. You can smell if the meat's good. If it's frozen, it's good. Buy the meat. It's so cheap. Buy the ticket. Take the ride. Buy that truck meat. That's a promise.
And on that note, the final question is, my boy Pete, can I get a hit with you? Can we take a hit in cheers? We always do the other thing. Let's take a hit together.
Jesus, man, I don't smoke weed anymore. You know, I just fucking stopped today. Shit, what am I gonna? Don't fucking tell the people at the meeting because I want to get my chip next week. Okay.
Cheers, brother.
All right, fair enough. That'll do, pig. That'll do.
That'll do. All right, we got Pocket to Pap, and we'll get on to our first segment.
My guys. Okay, you two on the YouTubes. Peakton is a fresh white tee, and John L. Peacock in his shirt, which, I mean, let's face it, you might as well use Velcro, John. You know, just have your shirt open all the time, and that's fine by me. It's lovely to see you both, and hello to the listenership. Nice to be here.
Hello, 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 darling. So good to hear your voice. So glad you're here. Always a pleasure. Good morning, good morning. Across the pond, it's Julie Prunes. Good morning to you. Hello, love. What we got going this morning? Right, John.
All right, let's get into the first one. What are you doing?
That's fine. That's fine. I just want you to know, in my mind, everybody in the UK wakes up like a Disney fucking song. Hello. Yeah. Or there's even the people who are pissed. Oh, Roy, that's fucking horrible, because they listen to Good Morning. Oh, piss off. And they're always hearing the music that comes and goes. It's like the Doppler effect is like, fucking shit. And they always hit their part. Good morning, John. Fuck you. Right.
And the worst thing is, with the Doppler effect, the really cheery song turns really melancholy.
That's the way we like it, John. Hitting every emotional note we can. We start up here, but that gives us places to travel down here, baby. Got to get up to get down, John. Got to get up to get down.
Well, let's get up together, because we're going to talk about marijuana in our continuing, ongoing discussion of it. And this time, we're going to look specifically at, my boy Pete, we're going to look at Sativa versus Indica.
Jesus Christ. You know I'm against weed, generally. You know I don't like it. You know I don't condone it. You know I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. That's what my grandma used to say. I'm going to get it. You're against it? I'm going to get it. Okay, fair enough. You know, there's an S in there. You know that, right? And a T. We got all sorts of fucking letters coming through here, Grandma.
Grandma going to get.
Yeah, punctuation wasn't her strong point. I'm again it. Again it. What are you gonna do?
Well, my boy Pete, I was thinking about this because you and I have a little bit of knowledge about the different strains of marijuana, Indica and Sativa being the two main ones. But did you know that there's a third, essentially main one, but is never used for medical or recreational purposes? Do you know what the name of that strain is? Or species, I should say, that species.
Folks, if you'd like my boy Pete to A, make a joke about a different species, dial 1-800-952-HAHA1. If you want my boy Pete to make a joke about John L. Peacock's research topics and where he gets his information, dial 1-800-523-HAHA2. If you want my boy Pete to answer seriously and blow John's fucking mind out of the water from his knowledge, dial John's number. His number is actually 520.
Hey.
Sorry. I just want people to understand what I'm capable of, John. The answer, John, is D. None of the above. What is that third strain, John? Is it cocaine?
It's the cocaine strain, subspecies of cannabis. That's right. No, cannabis has. I
didn't say cannabis. You're like, there's weed, there's indica, sativa, and cocaine. One's an upper, one's a downer, one's a stay up all night plan to open a restaurant with your best friends while chewing on your cheeks. Anyway, I'm thinking of like a nice tapas bar, John.
So cannabis, the flowering plant, has three subspecies: indica, sativa, as we know, and ruderalis is the third one. Ruderalis, because it's pretty rude. Ruderalis.
Yeah, I'm unsure about this. I'm gonna need some input from Mindfox on this one, because one of the things that we all know that I can't research and Google shit while we're talking. I just can't. And I'll be looking at the camera and I'm like, is he having a stroke? Like he's having palsy like John does. Like it's horrible. Shout out to all my palsy people out there. One Track Minds. Half Track Face. Yeah, no. So feel free to tune in on this one. Anyone start throwing things in the YouTube chat if you have ideas, if John's completely right and I need to shut the fuck up and let him talk, or if you think he's way off base or he's explaining it wrong, please back me up and give me some ammo, because I will use it as my own. I will raise it like one of mine. Shh, there you go. Ammo against John. One day he'll fire you off when John least expects it. So I rudimentary, John. Your rudimentary
Ruderalis. Yeah, they're small. They yield relatively little of the cannabinoids that are considered both medicine and positive recreational effects. And so they are.
So they have a plant that do not produce buds with cannabinoids. Like there's
very little,
not many.
Very little.
Okay,
right.
Very few.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so because of that, all their strains are typically avoided by breeders and cultivators.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah,
it's horrible. John, what a horrible plant.
Yeah.
I feel like you should give it to. That's something you should give to your mom or grandma or someone who like, hey, here's a plant. That's weed. No, it's not. It's not really. And if they want to do it and smoke it, that's great. Smoke that, right. Mom. Just you're fine. I don't need you ruining your life with things I'm going to talk to John about right now. Cover your ears. Earmuffs, Mom. You don't need to hear this.
Well, maybe instead of smoking it, you could use it for other purposes, like making rope or fabric for clothing, or topical medicines.
A flag.
Yeah. I think flags have been made out of hemp. Yeah, you're
right. Shoes, little shoes to walk. Shoes to walking.
They've made that. Yes.
Dolls to cuddle with at night.
Probably, yeah. Actually, not recently, maybe.
But maybe recently. More recently than.
Some probably have. We don't want to talk about that.
It's totally fine. Also, churches.
A little scratchy. No churches.
Lead?
No lead. No.
Fair enough. I'll be back. Oh, listen. Thanks. I'll take the rest of the answers off air. Sorry. Good day.
So Indica and Sativa are the main ones that we're looking at, and people talk about them. And some people, like on Reddit, I saw, can anyone actually tell the difference? And there was like these very, ignorant in the way of unknowledgeable questions being asked. And so that's what we're going to talk about. What is the difference between them? What's going on between these two major subspecies?
I believe, as the four non-blondes once asked, and John L. Peacock shall answer, hey, what's going on? Well, John, we're all out here with bated breath, waiting for you to tell us.
Not only do they actually differ in their physiological effects, they also differ in appearance. My boy Pete, do you happen to know which one is the more short and stocky of the two plants?
Yeah, the more short and stocky is usually because I'm going to take it back, because it's whatever you're growing is going to grow to your lights. So if you have your lights low, right? And so every time I've grown, and usually I've grown Indica, it's kind of long but I've had a couple that are bushy, but they're also crossed. So, John, I'm going to say that's racist. Final answer. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover. I don't see short and stocky. I just see personality. I see how you make me feel. The way you make me feel. Ooh, John, come on. You really turning me on. Come on, John, you know the rest words. You don't? Okay. You knock me off of my feet. Because if you're an Indica, I want to sit on the couch.
We'll get to that. Yes, we all want to know how you make me feel, but you might also be short and stocky generally. If left to your own devices, not under a growing plant light that's going to stunt your growth, but out in the wild where you belong, short and stocky is going to be the indicas. So you're semi-right, but you guessed yourself a little off. So unfortunately, you don't get the ding ding ding.
So what you're saying, John, is that weed plants are like what they're this whole. Oh my God, John, are you saying that people shouldn't grow weed in their homes? It's like plants shouldn't be indoors, just like animals shouldn't be in zoos. You got to let them run free. You're not in their right habitat. That's not how they need to grow. John, is that what the show's about? Did John get a soapbox?
Not really.
Welcome to John L. Peacock Park, where the weed grows free and the whiskey rains down waterfalls like beer and or mead. Hey kids, you like mead? Well, welcome to John L. Peacock's Wonderland. That's all we serve.
So, for those watching live on the YouTubes right now, we are now seeing a drawing representation of the three different major sources that are purchased today, legally and otherwise.
Okay,
with the Indica.
Here we go. The John L. Peacock's Weed Night School, sponsored by John L. Peacock of the Two-Sided Podcast. He said when he made it big, he wanted to get back to the community. So here we are in the fucking Bronx, in a goddamn multi-use room, in God knows fucking where. Thank you for the security, for being here. It's going to be a crazy time. If you look at the board ahead, you'll see three things. Three things and three things alone. My lack of choices when I was a young adult, my lack of choices when I was an adult, and my lack of choices now in life. This is growing. All right, folks, read them and weep. Sativa, Hybrid Indica, John L. Peacock University. Thanks for the night school degree. John, I feel like you should have a overhead projector and show there's a thing. What are you going to say about this? What does this mean?
Well, this means
I feel like there's going to be a lot of people calling in. I'm going to show this to people, and they're like, John L. Peacock's full of shit. He went to the internet, found pictures, and said, this is how things grow. If things were natural. Oh, John, if these were the bushes of the world, if this was 1970s, and we're talking about bushes, and you just left them uncut and in the house, you know what I mean? Like untamed. You don't do anything. Untamed. Let them grow wild. These are what they'd look like?
Yes. Generally speaking, of course. So with indicas being short and stocky, the sativas tending to be taller and skinnier and maybe be lanky in appearance, and the hybrids somewhere in between. The leaves actually also have a different shape to them and appearance, so that people can very easily identify them, cultivators, growers, etc., with this knowledge. So the next slide we have here is where a sativa has more thin and pointed points to its leaves. The indica leaves are more chunky and broad.
Now, if you like chunky, broad leaves, well, have I got something in store for you? Ladies and gentlemen, look to your left and look to your right. 9 times out of 10, there'll be a chunky, broad-leafed broad next to you. Welcome to the party. That was what we call an indica. All right, gentlemen, smoke them if you got them.
Well, and botanists use the physical differences to identify the different strains of the plants. And this is actually where the names indica and sativa come from, because they're botanist terms.
Those fucking botanists have done it again. Foiled by the botanists again. John, if I had a nickel for every time a botanist fucked me over. Sorry, but that's a tale for a different time, John.
Right. Right.
I don't want to chlorophyll or borophyll you anymore. Continue.
Well, and there is some disagreement regarding what caused these physical differences between the strains. Some researchers say it was due to human breeding, different varieties, and others say it's a mixture of evolving adaptations and geographic isolation that's responsible
I don't know, John.
for why they have shifted.
That could be because you have those Himalayans, you have all that, you have the stuff that in the Afghani that Jack Hare, whatever, was the first American or Canadian or whatever, Amsterdamian, Thunderland, whatever, Dutch. I think he was American. Anyway, went to Afghan and brought back the Afghani, and he was like the first, and that's where the Jack Hare name comes from, because it's named after him from smuggling the seeds. And there's pictures of him like in the 70s with the fucking Taliban. I don't know. I don't know if they looked like it.
Okay.
That they were chunky from the back. They were broad-leaved. They looked like insurgents from the back.
There's a lot of conflicting information in there. You said he was the first to cultivate it, but he smuggled the seeds.
No,
he was American Canadian.
To bring it back, to popularize it.
In the 70s, I think marijuana's been in the marijuana's been in the Americas a little bit longer than the 1960s.
No, John, you're not listening. So we're talking strains. We're talking different. Here's an Indica. Here's a Sativa. Here's the strain, Jack Hare, whatever. It's a special. It's an Afghani Kush that's made from the whatever. This is the seed that the plants that had from the community up there that they did not give to anybody, because they're not the most giving of people, John. Okay. They've had bad experiences thus far in the Kush Valley.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So therefore, here comes a traveler, a vagabond. He's not a ne'er-do-well, John.
Right.
But he has a devil-may-care attitude, and he's a botanist on a mission. That they see him, and he comes to their town. He sits with their people. He drinks their tea. He becomes one of their friends, and they give him seeds from the Afghani Kush, from the Hindu Kush region, to bring back. And then he starts popularizing that here in, I want to say that was when it started coming through in San Francisco. There was I read the fucking article. No one I know, John, raise your hand if you know someone who has a subscription to High Times magazine. I don't. You don't. I don't know anyone who does. Right. But raise your hand if you've never bought one randomly or had one given to you randomly, when it's like, this is the one that hangs out in the bathroom, like all the time. Like this is like part of like, oh yeah, bro, we had that one, and it was all about that. His pictures with him like doing the prison stances, like what up? Well, maybe not that, but with like dudes in fucking head wraps, and he has a head wrap and a thing. Like this was way before we invaded and they'd seen our kind. Like this was post-Russian, pre-American.
Right.
This was what we call the sweet spot when acquiring weed from the Kush Valley. John, and I believe the Galactic Super Friends are in the house, and I get a 1 star for a botanical joke. Fuck yeah. Anyone who's keeping score of the random jokes, botanical jokes, +1.
Well, thank you for that additional explanation, because now I understand what you're talking about. The way you said it before, it was so disjointed. I thought you were saying he was the first American or North American to cultivate weed in any form.
Ever. Well, you didn't let me finish, John. Also, not talking about the Afghani trip, but about 4 years before, he's like, you know what? I think this plant that I found on the side of the road is pretty cool. I think I'm gonna propagate this. I believe that was 1961. Yep, about 61. Yeah, no one's ever smoked weed before then. Pretty sure. Don't quote me on it, but
those jazz cigarettes were just herbs and spices, really. 13, I believe.
Yeah. You guys, Colonel Sanders and his beaties. So fucking wrapped up in palm leaves and fucking chicken fingers. Come on, John, raise your glass. Do a shot.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Hey, you're welcome for listening.
There we go.
Look out. All right, real quick through the technical stuff.
I don't think there's going to be anything real quick about the next sentence you're going to give us. But I want everyone to be aware that we support John in his journey of learning what words mean before he says them. John, as you were, good sir.
Cannabinoids. Two major ones, tetrahydrocannabinol.
Cannabinoids.
Yes.
Hydrocannabinol.
Tetrahydrocannabinol. THC.
Folks, I'll be translating for John L. Peacock to the mute audience in the warehouse that are in the corner. Actually, John, use your hands more. You'll be fine.
And cannabidinol. Yeah, cannabidiol. Bedoil. Cannabidiol.
Doyle rules.
CBD.
Hey, Cabinet Bedoyle, we ain't got time for your bullshit right now, but I got a feeling you're going down.
But researchers have identified at least 144 different cannabinoids so far. So these are the two main ones looked at, but lots and lots of. So it's a very, 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 very big word.
Folks, here's the deal about big words and John L. Peacock. They don't get along. Little secret, little words and John L. Peacock don't get along. For an English major, John L. Peacock doesn't do well with words. Letters, phenomenal with. That guy whiz with letters. Doesn't even need to be Greek. Just to give him a letter. Fucking Sanskrit. He'll take that letter. He'll turn it into something. That's my boy. Give him a whole word. Hey, man. Let's all fucking take a break. But I think what the I think what we're trying to say, John, is you do a good job. MFA just came into Doyle rules. She and I right on the same track. Great minds think stupidly together. None of us, folks, is as dumb as all of us. That's what a community is.
Yeah, that is. So anyway, CBD and THC, the ratio between the two seems to be the major difference in what causes the different physiological effects of Indica and of Sativa. So what is Indica? Okay. Let's get into the first one.
John, you should read that poem you wrote about Indica. Remember the one you wrote earlier today that you were saying you were really proud of?
Mm-hmm.
I think you should read it.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Hindu Kush Mountains. Down, Inda couch, IB, Indica, you are me.
It was really nice, John, because one of the things that I said, and it took me there again, it transported me, not only to the Hindu Kush Mountains, but to your couch. Two places I am a big fan of, John. Big fan.
As my boy Pete pointed out, this strain of cannabis originated in the Hindu Kush Mountains. You have more knowledge than you even knew you had, didn't you?
No, I didn't, John. I know where the birth of the nation is, John. We call it the cusp of the valley. We call it the inner and outer vessel of humanhood. John, everything has an origin, and I'm pretty sure I can deduce where. That's a skill. You know what? I don't think I can deduce. I know I have a skill. You name a thing, I can tell you where it comes from. They actually asked me to be a judge. Asked me? They asked me. Diction, very important. That's one of the reasons that I didn't actually take the job. They asked me to be on Antiques Roadshow as an appraiser, but they said not looking at items, looking at people, judging people as like where do they come from, because we only take people from this zip code at this time, and it's like too hard to make them write things down, so they just had me do it, and it was like nailed it every time.
All right, then.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
We all have skills, John.
So, as your skills pointed out earlier, the Hindu Kush Mountains are native to Afghanistan, Turkey, Pakistan, and India. It is a long mountain range, and these indica plants thrive in dry environments and can handle pretty harsh conditions.
Right? They're an easier one. It's like not as easy as a succulent. You still have to watch them and water them, but they're a lot more forgiving, folks.
Yeah, they want sun, or some fake variation thereof, right? But that's what they thrive on.
Right. Well, honestly, they best, like the best weed you're going to get is indoor. The shit that's controlled, it's not the sun. Like really aggressively push their light when you're in bloom 12, or when you're in flower 12 and 12, for your like hard, push it hard with aggressive light. And until then, you're doing the 16 and 8 something, whatever the hey, fucking figure out 24 and divide it a couple times. Yeah, 16, 12.
8, yeah. 8 times 3 is 24. And so 16 is 2 of 8, and therefore you got, with the third 8, you got that whole thing.
Well, hold on. Can someone hold my shoes? I need to use my toes to count this shit out.
Half and half and 2/3, 1/3. Come on, bro.
I know, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was an English major. That's not true. That's why I was a math major, because I'm not good with numbers. You were an English major, and you're not good with words. We should have Freaky Friday this shit, John.
Indica strains are often associated with sleep and relaxation. So because of that, many people use it as a soothing nighttime routine. This Indicouch joke that we've been throwing around there willy-nilly is part of that stereotype that is generally true with the strains of Indica, right? It is generally a relaxer. It's something that calms you, lowers stress, helps you with self-care activities like watching movies or playing games in the dark, or being by yourself on a chair, watching TV over and over again, or with someone else and watching TV and over again without talking to that person.
I don't call it. It's a couch planner. Indica would be a couch planner.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna pour yourself a good indica. You're gonna pour yourself onto the couch, and you're not gonna move for a while. You're gonna think about snacks, but you're not gonna get up for a while. You're gonna talk about them, kinda, or you think you are.
Right.
You're not gonna get them. Sativa, you're gonna be in your head. You're still gonna be tired. You're gonna sit down, but you're gonna be like thinking, like, we should do this. Yeah. It's the cocaine of it's the 3 steps, like John said. Indica, sativa, cocaine.
Right.
Oh my. Indica, sativa, cocaine.
Oh my.
Indica, sativa, cocaine.
Oh my.
Indica, sativa, cocaine. Oh my, we got a bear, a fucking scarecrow, and a ginger. Looks like they got indica, sativa, and cocaine. Oh my. Over.
So they have a higher concentration of CBD generally to their THC count, and that can produce this body high. That can produce this. You're just feeling good. You're relaxing. Your couch planted. Not necessarily like going to sleep, but you're just like, all right, I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm relaxing.
Right. I don't know. That's people who. So hear me out, John. And it's like, I get it. I'm a daily weed smoker. I'm a all time. So it's not like, oh shit, you're gonna get high if you do something. Like, no, I'm pretty high most of the time, except for when I do bank robberies, John. Bank robberies, home invasions, and prep for surgery.
Not surgery.
Oh no! You get shithoused for those after you scrub up.
After you scrub up? Wait a second.
Yeah.
Isn't that unsanitary?
Not at all, John. You stick your head through a little thing, and the nurse gives it to you in betweens. They call them in betweensies.
Oh.
It's a whole, John, I don't know where you went to medical school. I smoke weed with Johnny Hopkins all the time. Guy's a party animal, maniac, John. Tell you what.
Okay, so you're talking about getting high while working, while feeling, while being able to be a sativa. So, what is sativa?
Right, that's the thing. That's the thing. But I'm saying, if you're smoking weed, truly, like the amount of weed, if you're thinking that the difference between indica and sativa is going to affect your work performance, if you're smoking weed before work, it tells me you smoke weed enough to think about smoking weed before work, which means you're a weed smoker, right? Uh-huh. If you're truly, John, if you're not someone who's like, what are you fucking doing smoking weed before work? Get to work. I don't pay you to do this shit. Your time, not my time.
Right.
Anyway, sorry, that's the boss of me coming out. John, but where was I? Oh, and if truly you're not a weed smoker and you're ended up smoking weed, I feel like the amount you'd have to smoke to not just fuck your world down, if you're not a weed smoker, is so minuscule. I don't know how much that's going to affect you anyway, because it's like indica, you're just being like, huh? What? Sativa, you're like, huh? What? Huh? Are you high? No. Do I still look high?
Well, with them having similar THC percentages, that does make sense, right? So if you're not used to it, the subtleties of the CBD and the other cannabinoids.
The nuances. Folks, if you'd like a good weed to go with your morning shift at the local AM PM, well, I highly recommend the old Bob Marley special. It comes in a pre-roll infused with a small bit of Canada Bannaberry paper roll. What is that? Oh, it's banana skin that's been peeled, dried, dipped in cannabis oil, and then slowly rammed through a fucking Jamaican dude's dreadlock. Hey, man, we call this from hair to joint. It's from the people, by the people, for the brave.
Right.
Hey, where does this weed come from? Down by the root of the hair, boy. Yay.
Let's move on from that last part. Sativa.
It's ours.
Is thought to have originated in Southeast Asia, but it is also native to parts of Africa. I think we need to stop this conversation. Nope, no, we're good. The Doppler effect. Parts of Africa, South America, and Central America.
Okay. Well, you know how seeds travel. Birds will be birds. Bees will be bees.
Right.
Things will spawn, pollinate, and procreate, John. Which leads me to the next subject that John's going to talk about. Procreation. Males and females. Is that right? No, keep going.
Well, the difference between the two, and we're going to go into the specifics about. Okay, never mind. No, so sativa is known for having energetic qualities and being stimulating. they find that it is a euphoric head high. You know, they say a quick understanding which is which. Indica is getting you stoned, right? And sativa is getting you high. I'm high. Let's do stuff. Yeah, let's be creative. Yeah, yeah. Right.
That's what they say. That's what they say, John. But I feel like I don't know. I told you this before I got my mom high. I was giving her gummies and chocolates. Because I just don't understand. My tolerance is too high, right? So I had to find a friend who didn't smoke at all, and I was using her as a test drive. I'm like, hey, eat this. Does that fuck you up at all? He's like, I don't want to get high. No, you probably won't.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, we're hanging out, man. I got pizza coming. We're cool. Shh. How do you feel? So I found out what her tolerance was, and I gave that to my mom. But yeah, and that to me was like, bro, insane. You know what I mean? Like when you're talking. No. So I don't think, to me, the indica, the sativa, it's like what high do you like? Because sometimes you can like, all you smokers out there, you know, you like, oh shit, I feel it in the back of my head, like oof, it's in my chest, and like when you get that little heady feeling, you cough so hard, your joints hurt, you forget whose couch you're sitting on, but not like, where am I? But like, you cough so hard, it's like, I don't remember oh, it's not mine. Oh, I'm not here. Oh, yeah. Like, oh shit. And not because you're having a thing, because you cough so hard. Oh, right. And you know, after you do that, like, I'm gonna need some water. And I'm gonna hit that one more time because I'm gonna be super high. I don't care if it's indica or sativa. I'm gonna be blazed if I cough like that one more time off that fucking hit.
Now, my boy Pete, I understand you are, you know, kind of going to the recreational. You know, how am I going to get a little mess up from it? But
no, John, as a medical professional, as a member of SAG, AFTRA, NAFTA, ARPA, PARCA, C-SPAN, an Academy Award viewing member of society, John. I'm just saying, I speak also medically. I say those who need it to relieve stress. Just because we're getting super high doesn't mean it helps us from not punching people in the workplace or in the supermarket or in church.
Right.
Or at your sister Karen's goddamn wedding reception. That was ridiculous, and I don't think we should have to fucking pay for a money dance. You know why, Karen? You fucking know why.
Well, stress and anxiety, they say typically indica can help with, where lethargy, depression, and PTSD, sativa strains have been known to help the mental mood of patients who are taking it medically. So they're looking at the specific strains within the specific subspecies of indica and sativa, right, for those beneficial effects, right?
That's good. I'm with you, but I feel like if you're doing medically, I feel like it would be better to ingest it and have, you know, exactly how many milligrams. You're not burning carcinogens. I'm saying just from a medical standpoint.
Right.
Let me play the devil's doctor's advocate's friend. Oh, this reminds me, John. I feel like when you're going through shit like this, you need to have a lot more slides. I feel like if you're, here we go.
Well,
so John is this.
Asking you shall receive, my friend.
John is the sativa in this relationship. Hey, it was good before, bro. Like we could all see it until you zoomed in. Yeah.
I wanted to focus a little bit more. So we've already talked about and seen visuals of the physical differences.
All right. So I was just going to say, just to give everyone a chance who's looking before John zoomed down, on the right is indica. On the left is sativa, where he moved down from you can't see anymore. No,
there you go.
There you go. Look at that. Hey, it's, oh, Jesus Christ. You're like a fucking animal.
Perfect.
You can't see it. Oh, this is why I drink heavily, John. This is why animals eat their young, John. This is why we're going to go on for years without ever fixing a goddamn thing, John, because it's charming and annoying and gives us content. John, as you were, sir, as you were.
Well, as you're one who might need a little indica in his life, and I could use a little sativa, how about you tell us the qualities that are on this chart for those who are only listening and not watching, below the physical ones of indica?
Indica, John says it's a body high. It's a relaxation. It's an appetite stimulator. It's a sleep aid. It's a pain relief. It's best for nighttime use. It likes long walks on the beach. Its list of fears include scary dreams, scary movies, and scary zip codes. Turn-ons include sativa, strangely enough, and just getting high in general. Nice, indica, nice. Next up. That's right, folks. We're playing the love dating game between the two weeds. John, that would be stupid. All right, we all know there's only two kinds of weed. John says there's a third. We know it doesn't exist. So we're going to say that you two have to date, and we're going to have a dating show. God damn it. So sativa, what you're known for is a little bit of a head high, some alertness, and uplifting and euphoric creativity, increased energy, best for daytime use. You said your biggest goal was to travel the Grand Canyon on donkey, and your biggest fear was having to eat said donkey in the Grand Canyon. Crazy. All right, sativa. List of your charms include barbecues. Interesting. Hence, I'm guessing that's where the donkey issues come from. And also smoking weed. I see love connection coming. All right. Sativa Indica. John L. Peacock's going to move on and give a little background and see where this romance takes us.
Well,
perhaps a little hybrid is in the future.
My boy Pete, you are correct. We have the hybrid. It's a mix of indica and sativa. The effects depending on how much one gets into the other. And these are what the three look like. Indica, sativa, and hybrid in bud form. To let you know, because they even have different qualities.
Yes and no. Because I've seen, and you have too, John, you've seen a lot of different kinds of, because every single weed plant, you're looking at the buds, but if you look at the buds, each make a cola, or these big nugs that come off, and like each one is one of those little tiny things that forms a thing.
Right.
So you're saying, okay, all right, maybe. All right. I'm gonna have to do some research. I'm gonna have to go smoke a lot more weed. I'm gonna get back to you on this.
And just as a visual of where they're coming from, the sativa and indica. Indica coming from, what is it called again, my boy Pete?
Say that one more time.
Where does indica come from?
The Afghani region in the Hindu Kush Valley.
That's right.
Also in Turkey, Russia, a lot of all those Eastern European, Eastern Africa. But the sativas are more of a Central Asia, Central America. Now, the beautiful thing is if you can actually take over Australia and South America and hold it, you get more armies. So you can then go ahead, or, sorry, for those of you who weren't watching the weed board of John's dreams, we were all playing Risk.
So hybrids are that next generation. The two got together through the love game, made a couple of hybrids, and they seem to have they theoretically possess many or most of the best beneficial medical properties of both parents.
Yeah, I want a pure. I don't want to do the hybrid. I want a pure electric weed. I'm waiting until I can really, Elon Musk is almost there,
right.
But I don't like his choices in a lot of things, so I'm going to hold out for the different strain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm going full electric weed.
So
it's electric.
Woogie. Landrace strains and heirloom strains are subcategories of both
tomatoes
of these subspecies. The Landrace strains are those evolved naturally within their native environments, and because they weren't bred and aren't hybrids, they offer the very pure example of Sativa or Indica with no interference from humans.
As the way God intended it, whoever she may be, God bless her. Is that crazy? Could God bless herself?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Why not? Heirlooms are those landrace strains that have been taken out of their natural environment but kept as pure as possible. And so they're the ones that are more local, but have that purity of not being touched or bred in bad ways by the humans.
Nice. I like what you're saying here. It's like when you're talking about Annie. It's a hard knocks life for us, because when she gets adopted, taken out of the normal environment, they don't clean her up right away, John. Fucking stick to your goddamn roots. Miss Hannigan and the rooster are going to come by later, and that'll all come to fruition.
Durban poison is considered a landrace strain from South Africa, which is a sativa, and Afghan indica from Afghanistan is one of those purest strains that has supposedly not been fiddled with whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. I believe his name was Jack Hare. I believe he pulled a few strains. My man came from the Kush Valley. I don't mean to toot my own didgeridoo, John. Striking close to home. I know I talk out of class sometimes, but I feel like it's accounted for and called for at times. John. I appreciate the work you do, man. I wouldn't do it. God knows I wouldn't do it. But God knows I'm never going to stop belittling it. And I feel like that's where the magic comes. Because you know, I appreciate you. All right. It's pretty good. Oh, we're all learning. We're all fucking learning. Can we just smoke some weed?
Yeah, I got a little bit more, and I hope you trust me on that. No, I got a little bit more.
Better.
So this is a couple of the big things I wanted to point out. So that CBD THC ratio that we were talking about, where indica it's 1-to-1, so they're basically the same. CBD is 3 to 5 THC with sativa, so it's a bit less. For those who are thinking about using medical marijuana, there are things that indica is more common for: non-migraine headaches, nerve pain and numbness, spasticity, joint pain, arthritis, insomnia, chronic pain, fatigue, and low appetite. Whereas sativa, stress, nausea, acute pain, mental fog, anxiety, depression, PTSD, as we talked about, migraine, glaucoma, headache, and low mood.
I think you forgot disrespectful, late for practice, unappreciative.
Shut up, my boy
slow
Pete.
To learn.
I got one more thing, and I think you're going to like it, because some research on animals shows that sativa strains have a significant effect on depression as selective serotonin repudiate inhibitors medication. So it helps dogs' moods get better, and I know you're fond of that.
100%, John. But the thing that I've learned is that if you smoke weed with your dog, number one, they blow bowls all the time. You put their little snout in there and you light it and they like take it and you go to carb it. But before you can carb it, they blow the bowl. I'm like, I've wasted so much weed smoking with dogs. They said, you can't volunteer down at the SPCA anymore. I said, why? Because of all the mess on the floor? And they said something about weed. I was like, it's the mess, right? And like, I think that's what it was. Anyway, fucking, your dogs are calm as shit. Sorry about the smell on the floors.
There is actual medication that does not mean blowing it into their ear. There is a way.
That's wrong.
Medically,
it's always give them a choice. If you want to eat it or if you want to smoke it. Like, hey, here's the bong, and they put their nose in there and like, all right,
they're gonna blow the bowl.
Raise your paw when you want me to stop lighting. Raise your other paw when I should pull the plug. And they're like, you're standing on your back legs, good boy. Who's a good boy? And that's when he usually blows. Sorry, bud. All right, go cough it up. Get some water. All right, next. There's a whole fucking line of dogs. They're all so well behaved, John. I rehabilitate pets. I teach owners.
That's right. That's right.
What I do is I do not give him the coordinates, and I listen. Look, I look away, and I keep on smoking weed with the dogs. And they say, "Hey, no!" I say, "No, stop, sit." And they all sit, and we smoke weed with the dogs. And then we all smoke weed, and then I say, "Yes, what is the problem?" And they say, "You cannot smoke weed with the dogs." And I say, "No, we will clean all of this up with all of the other things. It is a pound, a kennel. This is where animals work their business. Now they're all high. Look at them. Look at them. 4 of them are watching cartoons. Look. Warms your heart, doesn't it? I will be back tomorrow." John, it's great.
You know, funny fact, it would have been called an ounce if they didn't blow so much weed. Instead, it's just called a pound because they just go all of it.
Right. Listen, here on this week's the pound, I come to the pound here in local Southern California to see how many pounds we can go through. They just got a big shipment of pit bulls, and they say there are bad dogs. I say, no, there are bad owners who did not help them smoke weed. So let's see if we can fix the problem. Come with me. And as I walk, it has the lowest little barking sounds. As I walk through, and like little puffs of smoke, and dogs are running, chasing. Okay, here we are in the kennels. Now, as you will see, the staff is saying you cannot come, but they are saying they are scared. Is what I am hearing. Also, you have to be pat leader dominant when you walk into a building. Number 1. No. They say they will call people, but I will also them. Anyway, let us get to work. Come with me. John, we got to get logos. We got to get a video crew.
We got to get a lawyer.
We got to get a lot of weed, John. We got to get a lot of weed.
It's a pound every episode. It's a pound every episode.
Here, this week also, I don't know if it's appropriate to use the accent, but I feel like if you're truly training dogs, that is the actual accent that you appreciate it more. You know, some dogs, they only speak German, but all dogs speak. Let's smoke weed.
So I'm ending with a list of famous Indica, then hybrid, then Sativa strains. My boy Pete, if you love one,
what I'm going to do, as you say the strain, I will say the dog that I would like to smoke that strain with. And we will also figure out how to move forward in the process. Folks, the National Kennel Association has sponsored this event as well as your local weed dispensary. John, take it away.
Famous Indica strains, Northern Lights.
That would be a Newfoundland.
Bubba Kush.
That would be a Bull Terrier.
Skywalker OG.
A Scotty Terrier.
Granddaddy Purple.
A Mastiff.
Purple Kush.
He's a Portuguese water dog.
Rainbow Runts.
Saint Bernard, one of the bigger sizes of dogs, ironically.
Grape Ape.
That I smoke with Coco the crapping monkey. I do a crossover episode where I go to zoos and I smoke with gorillas. So I would say Coco the crapping monkey. Look out for that episode on all our YouTube socials. It's called Pound for Pound. Look it up.
Afghani.
It's an Afghan.
Watermelon Z.
It's a French bulldog.
White Rhino.
Chihuahua.
And for the last of the Indica strain, Blue Cheese.
Cocker Spaniel.
Yeah, that's a good one. Hey, I appreciate that one. Next one, famous hybrid stods. Famous hybrid strains. Girl Scout cookies.
Australian sheepdog.
Wedding cake.
A poodle. Standard.
Standard. That's a huge difference. Runts with a Z.
Teacup poodle.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Teacup poodle.
Oh, because it's runt. It's a runt. That's cute. Gorilla Glue 4. GG4.
Pomeranian.
OG Kush.
Shih Tzu.
Cereal Milk.
Shih Tzu.
Permanent Marker.
Shih Tzu. These dogs, they love smoking and getting into weird shit.
And finally, for the hybrid strains, White Widow.
Pekingese. Always Pekingese. Killers. Killers in the street. Smokers when you get into the pound. Pound for pound. Look it up, folks. All of our episodes streaming now. Tell your friends to follow.
And finally, the famous Sativa strains. Jack Herrera. Hey.
Also Afghani.
He augmented it. He Sativa'd it, baby.
No, the dog. Afghani.
Oh, I'm sorry. Continuing on, Sarah Diesel.
Blue Tick Hound.
Green Crack.
Siberian Husky.
That makes total sense. Maui Wowie.
Dalmatian.
That other original Durban Poison.
We call them street dogs.
Huh. Okay. The most okay, good. Purple Haze.
Polynesian Poo Poo.
Ghost Train Haze.
Bellois Belgeois.
Pineapple Express.
I have not had that strain before. I will have to get a pound of that and take it to the pound. We will see. I will come back to you and let you know.
All right, 3 more. Acapulco Gold.
American boxer.
Like just a boxer who's American?
Yeah, you can tell by their accent.
Okay. Trainwreck.
Australian shorthair. Nicky.
And finally, last but very much not least, Blue Dream, baby.
It's a dingo. Dingo. Smoke Blue Dream with dingo. John, what a great. Fucking you forgot Headband. Punk Rock was a good one. Headband, Punk Rock. Those are back in the day. We'd get some of the good ones like that. Hell yeah. Spondy, yeah. He knows a good couch we can all sit on at the Sizzler, yeah.
My boy Pete, we have a lot of packets of pop. You need to choose. You need to go through them. and we need to move on because people are really interested in this. And I know you're going to want me to chime in, so you need to choose when to do that, when to not, right?
Right. Okay. All right. No, I feel fine about it. I feel fine about my choices. Use your discretion. How about you be an adult? You take ownership of your choices. Once the message is gone and you feel like I'm all right, no, you're right. Yeah, we don't need any of that. Let me go ahead and take care of business and I'll fucking wave you in for a mute people. You do the big eyes and I'll do the big hands and they'll figure it out. Folks, if you like what you heard, if you can't believe what you're understanding, if there's no chance in hell that we've been here for this fucking long. No, I'm not just saying tonight, I'm saying in general. Folks, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your parole officer. We have a two-sided pod. We're here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 4 a.m. Greenwich Sandwich Time, if you happen to be across the pond. Ain't that right, John? That ain't right, my boy Pete. That is right. And tell them another thing. If they can't catch us live here on the stereo streets of the YouTubes every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. Greenwich Sandwich Time on Wednesdays, you can catch us on all the socials on our handle at two-sided pod, all lowercase, all one word, no underscores. That's TWO sided pod, all lowercase. Gentlemen, pop some packets. Welcome to the party. Here we go.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it? Here in the UK. Hey, good morning to you. I hope you both have a great morning.
Hello, sir. Welcome to foggy London town. Pleased to meet you. Hey, if you don't mind, we're going to go down and have a proper English breakfast and then have a couple pints afterwards. All right. Have a good day. Cheers, Tally-o, and pip on ya.
I think that's exactly how it goes. Look, there goes Junkin' John with his... Look, there goes John wearing only underwear. We can't believe he does that still. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m., 11 p.m. Nope, sorry.
See, now, John, I've always hated this term because it's one of those political Harry J. Ensler type fucking reefer madness fucking terms. And the first time he used it, it was marijuana because he wanted it associated with, Mexicans. Tijuana. Down where apparently Satan lives. But, I mean, let's call it what it is, dude. There's hemp, which is the third species you're speaking of. But we're talking about cannabis, bro, not the M word. Fuck
Thank you.
M word.
Thank you. Thank you. It's about goddamn time someone steps up and puts John in his place. Here's the deal, folks. We aren't here very often. We are here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 4 a.m. Greenwich Sandwich Time if you're across the pond on Wednesdays. And goddamn it, John, we're all sick of you just running house on us. Just telling us all these shenanigans, lies, and tomfooleries. You're like Woody Harrelson going to Congress. Man, you don't need to be talking about hemp, motherfucker. We're goddamn grown adults. We talk about cannabis and cannabinoid. You know what? Look it up. It's spelled differently, and that's what cannabinoids. Yeah, see? And another thing, cannabinoids. Yeah. Yeah, John. I'm gonna take that.
When I woke up this morning, things were looking bad. Seemed like Turtle was the only friend I had. Bowl of oatmeal tried to stare me down. One nip for heaven.
I want to play the rest of it. Love that song. So good. Oof.
Indica is the tall, stocky one, and Sativa is a short. Whereas in real life, it may be the opposite, right?
See?
Asking for a friend, then I'm also like really hot.
Beardo gets it. What's up, Beardo? What's up, man? Let's crack it, brother.
Think about it. Because it's just that you're like really buzzing and bubbling with enthusiasm. It's the more euphoric one, I feel.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's always a good indica in the couch. Indica into butt. Nope, that's not it. That's that girl we met down the bar, Melinda butt. Sorry, totally different tangent. Shh, quiet.
There's a fine line between saying I'm coming over on a text message and saying it on a walkie-talkie. Because the latter
fucking folks. Oof, I'm gonna go ahead and play that one more time. That deserves a replay. You guys listen close. Hold on to your butts because it's a slow burn. John didn't realize what's happening. If you look at his face, he still doesn't know. Watch.
there's a fine line between saying I'm coming over on a text message and saying it on a walkie-talkie. Because the latter,
bro, you know how punctuation can affect anything. Over.
the latter means that you're lost in IKEA. I don't know if that just got cut off. There's a beeping sound. Don't forget that one can get cannabis hypermesis syndrome, which is where they could technically overdose on it, thus dispelling the whole qualms about, well, you can't OD on it. You kind of can. It's just the likelihood of it being fatal is probably slim to nil.
I like those odds, John. You want to come in on this one? Slim to nil. That's my favorite. And that was my nickname. Back in high school, they called me old Slim to nil. Not because I was little. Chances of me passing were fair enough.
So I remember doing some research for Cannabis Conundrum back when we were active, or more active.
I was active.
Anyway, it was said that most of the stuff that we used to smoke when we were younger, it did come from Mexico, and it was mostly a sativa, which is why the weed today fucks us up a little bit more, because it's an indica, and now they're crossbreeding it and making it even stronger than it was back then. But if you pay attention to how weed makes you feel now versus how it made you feel when you were a teenager, that would be the major difference. And generally, a sativa is a longer, skinnier, narrow leaf, and an indica is a shorter, fatter, wider leaf. Just to clear that up. And yes, a hybrid would be somewhere in between. You are correct. Anyways, I just want.
Hell yeah. They took our weed, John. They took our weed. The other thing, bro, I remember, and you were the first part, like you were the connect. You weren't the connect. Come in on this one. You were the hook because in college we were getting your brick fucking Mex weed from your sister.
Oh yeah.
That it was like it was like literally you could tell it was on a brick, and it was just leaves of it, and you'd pull it off and have to separate a shit ton of seeds and stems. And that was what we got. We got a lot of it, and that was what we smoked a lot. The very first time I remember vividly, John, Annie had a friend that was going to Tucson who was going to pick up Kush, and it was like $40 a gram or something stupid. It was like, but I remember like, dude, $40 and I get this much? Like, yeah, and you were gonna get 2 grams or 3 grams. I'm like, how the fuck can you afford it? And like, bro, I know it's important in life. I'm like, man, there's fucking beer and Taco Bell. I'm like, I didn't realize. Got a gram, and we smoked that, and it was a game changer for me.
Right.
The Kush, with indoor grown, and it was indica sativa, but it was like, for me, that was the game changer of the mechs we were, smoking before and that was like she said, everything across the border. Like everything was coming up from Mexico, and you were getting bales of it.
And all of this, we don't, allegedly, but not, because this is past terms in legislation, what was it, litigation?
No, John. Statute of limitations, my friend. Here's the deal. I wasn't there, but I was, and it was too long ago for you to do anything about it. They call me the Flash when it comes to old crimes.
So this is a difference. People were saying, back in the day when I was younger, it was less. No, it was like you were getting dirt weed. If it was coming through Mexico, a lot of it was just like the stems and the seeds and the stuff. But they had the good stuff back then. It wasn't like this is all genetically mutated into something else. It is. And why it was coming from Mexico is the sativa was Central America, South America, and parts of Africa. So that was just the natural stuff that was going north. It wasn't necessarily done in Mexico, which it could have been, but that's why it was sativa. That's why it was that strain, that subspecies, right?
It's now, the great thing now is that we're older, that we're more established, we're men about town.
Right.
We're men of influence, and so we can pick and choose, John. As you know, I only get weed from Turkey, Barcelona, or Chernobyl. Those are the three places, because those hit the hardest.
Yeah.
Emotionally and weed-wise. Their cannabinoids are out of this world. They rate in the 70s on a plant. Crazy town. What do you do?
Well, listen, you keep on saying you get that Chernobyl weed, but that's actually a Ibiza weed. I just felt you would accept it more as Chernobyl weed over Ibiza weed.
Ibiza. Here's the deal, John. I'll get my other weed from Barcelona, so I'm already good for flirting my essays and my vowels and everything we need to do. But in Ibiza, it is a little greasy. That's mainly for the lotions.
It's more of a sativa over Barcelona Indica.
It's Indica. It's mainly Indicas. John, we got messages. I'm going to pop some packets, and we will pop through these messages, yes?
See.
It's good. It's good.
Indica does put you in the couch. Okay, I agree with that. But another thing that it does is it quiets all the other voices, so you can concentrate on things, and it's actually, some strains make you really creative if you can stay awake. But I'm the Fox, aka a professional cannabis consumer, so
100%, right?
It slows down all the other voices, so you can concentrate on one thought at one time. It's pretty brilliant when you think about it.
I do like it. Yeah, right?
How that shit happening?
Yeah, you're getting the fucking demons talking faster. My thing is, again, Fox, I am with you on this page. I prefer you can have your flavor when you smoke it. You have the taste, the actual smoke. Is it smooth? And then also the high. I would give up the taste, the flavor, the smoothness to get good weed. The one we had was Serious Black. Was fucking it was based off of Black Marker and something else, but it was like, oof, shitty buds. Didn't produce the plants produce like maybe a quarter, like a full grown plant each. Not a lot, but it was like smoking a pain pill. It was just the fucking best. And so you'd get couch planted, but then he was like, if you could stay awake, you'd be just like, yeah, I should fucking open a restaurant. Fuck yeah.
You're from New York. You're from New York, John. So how do you feel about sour diesel coming back? I've heard a lot of people talk about that kind of stuff out in Long Island. I'm actually kind of curious what your take is on it, just solely based on the fact that, there are a lot of places that sell cannabis, but don't really have dispensary characteristics where they have books that show you the effects of that particular buds.
Well, honestly, I am one that when legalization occurs in any form, so right now there are dispensaries in the state of New York that are on the books 100%, and there because of that there are more and more. There's bust, breakdowns and busts of the ones who are not paying taxes, and that's the difference. They don't have
But he was talking.
Right. So what I'm saying is that these strains are more legitimate on both ends, and so it's up to the consumer to know what we're looking at. Leafly.com is a great source of knowing, like, if you see the strain, nowadays it is strains that are known and have been researched, so you know what's going on. Before, there were more strains that were, just like someone named them.
The other way you can also check is if you approach my boy Pete after buying a gram at your local dispensary, have him smoke it. He will rate it and let you know what the value is on a scale of 1 to 10 of where he's been in his life and what he's experienced. Folks, that's a promise from the Two-Sided Pod to you. Ain't that right, John?
Oh, that's right. That's a contest we're running until the end of the year. Actually, until the beginning of December, when my boy Pete goes on vacation. Whoever gives him something that he enjoys and he rates it the highest, he will give them something nice.
Folks, once again, we're going to talk about weed that you give me, and something nice I give you has nothing to do with weed. So don't get those twisted. If you're trying to give me something crazy and you expect weed in return, well, shit, first, let's negotiate. All right, I'm open to talk. I'm not around.
All right, let's keep going.
All right.
Two kinds of weed, right? 2 kinds of weed, and potentially hybrid, which is, I don't know, some inbred kid. And they're fighting for joint custody.
What you're talking about is a Two-Sided Pod. You're talking about John L. Peacock, the Sativa, and my boy Pete, the Indica, fighting for custody of this show, The Hybrid, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's right, folks. You too will find about what happens with the custody of this goddamn show. Tune in 4 a.m. Greenwich Mean Wich sandwich time if you're across the pond. If you're not, that's 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. John, I'm going to go backwards from now on because I think the UK deserves a shout out. You do some good work over there. All of your mornings have little birds. 3 things. First word is a Wu-Tang. Second word is wow. Look at those boobs. They're up here. Time out. Woo top two-sided. John, it's about time you stop with your shenanigans. Here we go.
They're going to re-update. I have that cat piece of that. Don't say that, cat. You're doing a great job. Looking a blunt with the dachshund because they kind of already look like a blunt.
Hell yeah. You can smoke a blunt with the dachshund. You can smoke a spliff with a wiener dog. You can I smoke a Steezy 100 with a Schnauzer. I smoke a pinner with a poodle. Smoke a bong with a bulldog. Smoke an ounce with an ox. Hey, you guys have any oxen here? All right. No, we got to move right on to the pound. Do you have any pound puppies? Oh, you're all pound puppies. Let's get to work.
What?
Oh!
What?
Oh!
So
yes. My man! That's what I'm talking. Mr. McShitballs. Cunty if you're nasty. Folks, welcome to the party. We are the Two-Sided. We are here every Wednesday, 4 a.m. Greenwich Mean Wich sandwich time if you're across the pond. That's Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, if you happen to be in the goddamn United States. That's right, folks. We do things backwards. Equal opportunity. This is Bizarro World. It's shitty McCunt balls. Okay. Oh, that'd be funny. John, I'm going to do it. No, it's not funny. John shakes his head in disgust, and a Wednesday, Thursday hush fills the room. But too late, John. We're on Tuesdays. Your sadness has passed us by.
Whoa. So, are you telling me that John L. Peacock, I said Cock, anyway, you telling me that he just comes out in his tarantarans? Is it? And he's how old? 50 what? 2?
70. 4? Yeah, on paper.
You know, they made those Superman briefs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's amazing in itself, but
bro,
come out in his tarantarans? Shit. Good job, John L. Peacock. 2 showers.
Hell yeah. Well, the thing that I find amazing, it's not that, it's that he makes his girlfriend pin a kitchen towel around his neck so he can be a real superhero. Hey, honestly, every motherfucker out there, here's a little something to make yourself smile. If you don't make yourself smile every day, you're losing ground. You're losing opportunities to get that the endorphins boost. You're losing these are missed opportunities. Have fun. You're alone. You're not. Get out of the shower. Once you're done with the shower, don't just hang your towel up. Tie it around your neck while you do your hair. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah, superhero style. Helicopter. I don't know what that means, but I can tell you it's a lot funnier if you're wearing a cape. You're welcome for listening.
Yeah, definitely. You've got to have the correct lingo when you're using walkie-talkie or CB radios or anything like that, you know? You got to be sure and give the correct, what would you call it, an outro or an ending? You know, like you said, punctuation marks. So naturally you would tell them, you know, to acknowledge that you received their message, you know, 10-4 on your back door.
10-4 on your back door. I bet it's super, super difficult to have a walkie-talkie conversation with Chris Hansen. I'm coming over. All right, well, what were your intentions when you were coming over? Sorry. That's not funny. That's hilarious.
Is no one going to point out the helicopter in Fox's first message? What are you doing, Henry Hill? You okay, Heisenberg?
Here's the deal. We don't talk about the fucking helicopters. If we ignore them, they go away. There's also no chemtrails. Shh, everybody shut your mouth and just keep on doing the show. Everything's fine.
What? I apologize for leaving so many messages, but I've got one last question for you fine gentlemen.
18.
And y'all may have discussed this before in the past. I missed it, but
Maharaja.
How did the Two-Sided Podcast come to be?
Oh.
How did John L. Peacock, and my boy Pete meet up? We got high school buddies. Like 2 years ago.
Ooh.
We would like to hear the story. Well, I don't know if anybody else would, but I would. Fuck everybody else. Can you please explain it, Lucy?
The answer to that question, I'll give you next week in the green room. That 100%. No, I will tell you because that's going to be a great story that I can tell while John goes to the ladies' room after the show when we're in the green room. There's a couple. We have an announcement to make in the green room. We're going to shoot a link up for the green room for a new drop release for some fucking amazing content. Not from us, but
our sponsor.
We're a sponsor, and you can imagine if it was from us.
But we have 4 left. I'm calling it. These are the 4. We're going to do them now. We got to move on because we'll never get to that green room because people are loving us. But we.
No, you're not.
We got a little show to. We got a little show to do.
Here we go, John. The thing is, you're like the angry parent who comes in slapping kids too late in the segment. Where like people stop leaving messages. They all get it. We're all moving on, and you come in. Yeah, we're not gonna fucking do anymore. Like John, they get it. We're gonna pop through and we're gonna finish. But right now, you're coming in like, you're like a vice principal. Yeah, what we got is people leaving too many messages, and I don't like it. What I need everybody to do, what people is gonna do is they're gonna stop leaving messages. John, all right, shut it down. We got 4 more, and here we go. Yeah?
Here we go. Yeah. Okay, I lied. One more message. What the fuck is this? Is this like the Baskin Robbins of weed or what?
Yeah.
Just pick your own flavor.
100%.
What the fuck happened to regular think weed? God damn, they give you a fucking book as a menu? Man, that's just too damn complicated. I don't smoke, so I have no fucking idea, but.
Bro, it's a lot.
I mean, well, never mind.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I know you don't smoke weed, but we're going to fucking get you to smoke weed. Once we get you hammered and we're in fucking Texas, I know it's illegal there. And it's what makes it even more fun. Hell, man, fucking handling snakes is fucking crazy too. We're going to do, and that's why John is telling me to play messages quiet.
What do you smoke with the Maui Wowie, man?
The Lasso Apsu, because the Maui Wowie, the smoke gets stuck in their wrinkles. It's a delightful experience for everyone.
Smoke a bong with a boxer. Careful though, the right hook might make you look twice. Because they're giving you spice. That's the thing, by the way. I've heard that counterfeit marijuana is still a thing.
Is a thing.
Some of the
Creton,
fatal or near fatal, sorry, because again, it doesn't kill people. The near fatal examples of people that have gotten hypermesis is from spice.
Yeah, spice and creatine, some bullshit.
My bad. Blackhawks that showed up, and we go into the bunker. What did I miss? We don't get shit for reception down in the bunker.
The bunker.
I'm a little flustered because of the, Blackhawks, the men in black suits and all the shit.
Blunker.
Go through that again. I mean,
bro.
I had one stuff to worry about.
It was a blessed of times. It was the blurst of times. We were all down in the bunker giving blumpkins.
Well, speaking of the blunker and the blumpkins, that's time for our next lightning round.
Yeah. What's up, John LP? What's up, my boy Pete? How you doing, man?
All right, brother. How you doing?
All right, I'm doing good. I heard you guys talking about blumpkins and blumpers. Is that like I think I saw them opening up. That was a punk rock band opening for Mustard Plug, right?
No, it was the Bleed 52s.
Oh, they're good too.
Yeah, that's it. But did you have another question, or like how you doing, or like what's going on? No, seriously, there's something like, are you okay?
Yeah, I've been having a hard time in the Bluff Shack. I got me a lady. She's as big as a whale. She's about to set sail.
Is her name Cadillac? I think I know her.
Yeah, well, I picked her up the Bluff Shack.
Okay, I'm glad you're doing well with the Bluff Shack, baby.
All right, well, this is going nowhere, so I wish you the blessed of times, the blurst of times. Bye.
Bye. don't know. Like, I just want to talk with him. I just want to talk.
No, I know you do. There's a lot of different responses to your needs and wants, John, and a lot of them aren't fucking positive. But so get ready for disappointment, John. Get ready for disappointment and get ready for the next lightning round. Ain't that right, John?
That's right. And this lightning round segment is one of your favorites and mine. And actually, I do believe this might be Pete's favorite segment, and that's the editorial dick.
Oh, I was like, this is the episode where Pete gets to decide who gets the antidote. Everyone offers their case of why they should receive it. My boy Pete says, cut the baby in half, and nobody gets antidote. Moving on. Sorry.
Unfortunately, we offered that last week, and we forgot about it, and so it's too late to finish that segment. Anyway, so we're going to move on to the editorial dick.
Also, John, to be fair, you did leave the antidote out of the fridge, so it did go bad before the show. I understand you put it next to your falafel, but I feel like it warmed it up too quickly.
Listen, we're gonna have to have a shot to forget all that, and remember that this segment is where I give my boy Pete actual news headlines with no content, and my boy Pete editorializes. No facts, only opinion, only raw vitriol.
To learn all about those things you just can't find, it's a two-sided pod on Tuesday. John L. Peacock and my boy Pete. Come on, buddy. Cheers. Beep, beep, beep.
My boy Pete, are you ready for the first headline?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I feel like, have you ever done a shot and feel like you pulled a muscle?
Yes.
Yeah, crazy. Shit's getting weird, bud. All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
The first headline is, we're losing our digital history. Period. Can the Internet Archive save it? Question.
Number one, motherfucker. Internet is digital. Number two, if you're losing your digital history, using a digital source isn't going to save it. You didn't have a digital history until the internet was invented. I believe it was Bob Dole. No, Al Gore. Nope, I don't know who it was, John, but I believe someone invented the internet, and I don't give a shit who it was. My theory is you got to have those tangible fucking things. You got to touch them. Yeah, you can scan your things, put them on the interwebs, put them in the cloud. But if you could hold them, John, if you could hold them in your hands, if you feel the weight, the ownership, the umbrage, John, and for only $1.50 more a month, you can have your issues of Penthouse shipped to your door in a discreet brown paper bag instead of doing that money-saving interweb idea. The digital version is just not as good. Ain't that right, John?
Next headline, my boy Pete. Harris's record on marijuana policy presents a big opportunity.
Hold on, time out. Hold on. Time out. We almost lost one of our viewers, MFA. She's up here inspecting giraffes' earlobes and whatnot, and nearly choked to death. So we almost lost one of the day ones. So glad you're with us. Just so you know, MFA, thoughts and prayers, my love.
Thoughts and prayers.
Indicas, sativas, sometimes hybrids, thoughts and prayers. John.
Heirlooms, legumes.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers.
Dominus Onum, you be okay.
Harris's record on marijuana policy presents a big opportunity.
Here's the deal, man. What I've learned from the debates, John, is you don't get bogged down in policy. what's really going to take hold is you're going to really go for the jugular and attack people's personas, looks, fucking choices of crock pot stew meat, things like that, John.
Golfing, if you will.
I'm not a sniper, John. I'm more of a shotgun debater. What I like to do is I like to put a lot of things out on the table and see what comes back to me. John, here's the deal. Yeah, Harris had a lot of interesting stances on marijuana. She had a lot of interesting, because she was a fucking DA. She was a thing in California. She was in San Francisco and then the district attorney. I don't know, man.
She is officially the first presidential candidate that is pro marijuana reform. Like,
no, I'm
very
with
first
it,
official one. Even with Jimmy Carter, who went to Congress as president, and they laughed him out because they were all Republicans.
Right. Well, not only that, but he first, I don't know if people know this, he went there first on a pro peanut platform that really set him, it put a bad taste in their mouth.
Many were allergic.
Right. A lot of people said, this guy's a nut. Folks, if you like goddamn vaudeville, well, welcome to the party. We do nut jokes for days, geographical history, fucking, oh, you want some body humor? Just hold on to the green room. Oh, this fucking guy gets it.
The next headline, my boy Pete, have you heard of the open source internet? ? The antidote to capitalist web already exists.
No, it doesn't, John. No, it doesn't, John. The idea that when you do something to anti-establish yourself from the masses, when you're like, oh, we're doing Bitcoin, we're doing the dark web, we're doing the whatever, and you're eventually
anarchy.
It's going. No, you're not anarchy. When you're trying to take anarchy, we all know is not good. In theory, John, I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan of anarchy.
Well, it's self-governance. I mean, it's misunderstood.
Right.
It's ultimately self-governance.
Right. I believe in it. If you're chaotic, good, chaotic, evil, if you're anarchistic, satanic, if
Andrew
Republican,
gets up, we might all get up.
Right. It's an imperfect world. Zombies rise all the time, motherfucker. I'm just saying. What am I saying? What was the question? I know where I'm going.
So the antidote to capitalist web already exists.
Fuck the capitalist web. Here's the antidote,
the open
John.
source.
No,
right.
Fuck the open source thing. We're gonna take it. It's gonna be conquered. People are like, oh, I can find a way to monetize this. I can find a way to monopolize this. I can find a way. And then like, oh, well, they're doing this thing. Now I did this other thing. Like, cool, that'll be good for a month or a year. We'll get that too. We get all your shit. Here's the deal, John. I work for the people who get the people to come and get you. That's not true. John, what I'm saying is, did you ever watch the Steven Spielberg TV show from the 80s, Amazing Stories?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So they had one episode where they had, I don't remember much of it, but I remember one of the things that people got wishes from like a genie person. But it was like 3 wishes, like, oh, you could each get one. And one person wished for, I have all the money in the world. Like, boom, all the money. Like, that's awesome. So then it's like, well, we don't have anything to live with. So, and I'm going to wish for, or no, it wasn't one wish either. It was like people owned the genie. And
right.
so
no, it was it was passed on.
Yeah, it was something like that. So the one person was like, okay, well, I'm going to say that money is now shells and beads. like, cool, and everything turned shells and beads, and it's like, it all went over to this guy. He has all the money. So whatever you do, it's gonna eventually end up over here. It's just a capitalist society. We've learned it. People know it. Capitalism is about taking advantage of the lesser. It's about those impulse buys, John. It's about who stocks the shelves at supermarkets right at the checkout lane. That shit. Oh, it's the candy aisle? No, motherfucker. There's a candy aisle. There's already a candy aisle. Right? It's what are they willing to put there for the impulse buys that you know you're going to get, that you're going to take away, and how are they going to stock it from top to bottom? Here's the fucking magazines. Christopher Reeve once fucking said, I think a horse is going to get me one day, as he appeared in Equus. Photos inside. Fucking.
So you're saying they're going to capitalize and monetize on everything, including this new open source internet.
Everything. Someone will find a way to capitalize on open source internet.
And that makes perfect sense to let everybody know that on YouTube, which was once completely free, we now have 100 subscribers, so we can monetize on our YouTube channel. So please, everybody, subscribe, like, alert, because we get money from it. Hey, hey, hey.
That's right. Man gives birth to baby. That's a fact. Look it up. All the magazines are here in the aisle. Also, there's Rolos, Kit Kats. Fucking, you like mounds? Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't.
And final headline, my boy Pete, Biden officially announces move to reclassify marijuana. Quote, this is monumental.
Hey, man. Oh, hey. Marijuana's not bad. See, I can't do, no, that's not even, no. The thing is, John, that's great. Good for him. At this point, he's pardoning marijuana. We're going to get medical cocaine. They just shot down the MDMA, which was bullshit. But another 5 years for that.
Medical ketamine is still allowed. And that's the classification. It's going from 1 to 3. And so instead of being up there with fentanyl is 2, by the way. So heroin, LSD, and marijuana are the 3 big ones up in classification 1. And the reclassification is going down to 3, which is the same as ketamine and prescription drugs.
You guys, and the thing is, if you know where we can get a script to get any of those, just let us know at twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO sidedpod@gmail.com. John will email you his home address and his phone number, and we'll meet you on a subway station of your choosing. Ain't that right, John?
That's 100% correct.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, those classification 2s are, fentanyl and cocaine are the 2 big ones that are in 2, not 1. And so they're lower than LSD and marijuana.
Sorry. Did you ever see that? What was it? There was a clown. Remember Crazy West? He would do the clown that would pop in.
Yeah.
You want some cocaine?
Jesus Christ.
Let's move on. We got the short coming up. My boy Pete, tell them what the short is.
The short is where we're really rushing for time. John's going to say some things. I'm going to respond to him. We're going to move on. Everyone's going to shut the fuck up. We're going to get to it. Ain't that right, John?
That's 100% correct.
John's going to set a timer, say some things. I'll respond. Everyone's going to shut the fuck up. And then we'll move on. Ain't that right, John?
Right. It's all from one source. And so I read the headline before the timer. The headline is...
It's literally what I said. Exactly what I said, John. Just read well, you did. Here's the deal, folks. A lot of times we're not raised the right way. And what I think this means, I did read the early history of J.D. Vance, who said that he first went to Yale and didn't know what spoons were for. And people made fun of him. And John, what I will say is these fucking kids today only deal with sporks. So I feel like everybody gets a pass with spoons. Is that it?
No.
Are we done?
The headline as we start is Trump signals support for Biden plan to loosen marijuana restrictions from the Washington Post. Here we go. This is 9th of September of this year, a couple days ago. The former president suggests...
It was the 9th of September, the day we'll never forget.
He wants to see marijuana reclassified as a Schedule III drug. The first time he has endorsed the easing of any federal restrictions. And this puts him in support directly with Joe Biden, who has been saying this since the early summer.
Well, the thing is, John, number one, that's great. It's all about pressure. But again, you can't trust anything this man says. Come on.
Oh, no.
Trumpy was a rolling stone.
So, recreational...
Go on, John. Keep on talking about the old.
Recreational marijuana is legal in 24 states and the District of Columbia. In May, Biden endorsed his Justice Department's proposal to reclassify it as a Schedule III controlled substance, removing it from the Schedule I that includes heroin and LSD. The measure would put marijuana in the exact same category as prescription drugs, such as ketamine and anabolic steroids, and speed up research into marijuana's health benefits.
It's all bullshit. It's good, but it's like too little too late, man. Like, it's just like, oh, we're celebrating fucking women's suffrage. It's okay because a woman can almost make as much as a man today. Isn't that great? Because, wow, we're celebrating all of our great accomplishments. John, too little too fucking late. Why are we doing this shit? Why are we dragging our feet and do it? Hey, where is alcohol on the schedule, John? Because I think you have a drinking problem. And I have a shot ready to go here that says I'm correct.
It's not a controlled substance.
Problem. I don't. I just do it so you don't feel bad. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. 4 a.m. Greenwich Mean Sandwich Time. If you cross the pond, I'm sorry to do it backwards. Cheers.
Cheers. Pick out. The immediate thing would boost fledgling marijuana industry by allowing companies to claim federal tax deductions. With Schedule III, you can. With one, you can't. So this is an immediate thing that would happen.
Yeah. No, that's great, John. That's fucking great. That's great. I don't give a shit about that. When you say the word fledgling marijuana companies, number one, we don't use the word marijuana. We use the word cannabis. So fledgling cannabis companies, there's no such thing. If you've ever been to a legal dispensary, they're making so much fucking money. It's ridiculous. Bro, I don't think often about armed robbery, but when I do, it's when I buy weed. John, I know for a fact you see one armed security guard there. You know, there's 2 more in the back at least.
Right.
There's 3 employees. There's 2 desk clerks. Like, man, we could do this. I just need a driver, an explosives expert, someone who's good with hand-to-hand combat, a linguistics specialist, someone who can dissect the enemy's thoughts, maybe a psychologist of some sort. And then also, I need a chef. Why? Because we got to have breakfast before the job.
So this is much like a heist on a diamond distributor or maybe a casino. So it's a high-end place, and therefore there's more of a possibility for it. Is that the reason for it to remain illegal? But if it's more federalized, then there's more protection for them, and so that actually reduces the amount of targets.
This is bullshit, John. I don't like the way you're talking here, because I was doing a whole movie. It's called Heat, where there's fire.
Oh, great.
But it says in big logo, it says Heat. It looks like the normal one. So if you're at your local Blockbuster, you know, at your local gas station, get your fucking VCR copy of a movie, and you see Heat, like, we're going to get this one. And it's on the cover. It says Val Kilmer look-alike. It's going to be Danny Trejo, special starring Danny Trejo's almost twin brother. So you're going to see all the things. John, I don't know if they understood clickbait back in the 90s, but we're going to capitalize on this. Folks, you can take it to heart. You can take it to bed. Just don't take it for granted. We are the Two-Sided. We're here 4 a.m. Greenwich Sandwich Time, Wednesday mornings. That's 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday nights if you're in the goddamn US of A. Ain't that right, John?
That's 100%. My boy, Pete.
Giggity goo.
All right, we got one more segment, and we out of here. One more shot for one more segment.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I think you have one more.
Yeah, no, I definitely do. But can you hurry up with your fucking segments? You did a lot of fucking talking. I did a lot of defending, and we need to pick up the pace, pretty boy. Right. Peacock. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bink, bink, bink.
Look out. Whoa. Because we're going to talk about the history of the internet. Part 4.
John.
And I got a couple of images for this, so I'm going to start sharing in a second. So, history of the internet, part 4. We're going to look at my personal internet browsing history. Hold on. Hold on real quick. Oh, whoops,
shit. If you like amputees fighting fucking fisticuff style with hands in their teeth, John, have you ever seen the movie Crash?
Yeah.
Pretty good movie, right?
Yeah, it's empty. I forgot I deleted it all. So I guess that's all I have to say about that. That's the history of the internet, part 4.
Perfect. Well, you know what, folks? Luckily for the show, and especially lucky for you, I took a screenshot, printed it out on my home computer of John's internet history, and I will now take the time to read
tangible.
it off.
It's tangible.
Well, I took it down to a very bare minimum. My cue cards, John. I do.
Those are big cue cards.
Well, the thing is, I do a lot of cue cards, and I have them in different ways. So sizes, John, sizes and silicons. Here's the deal. Okay, first off, John, this is pandas for peacocks. I don't know what that means. All right. When I went to that, though, I did see that it was kind of like a Flurries Fluffies kind of thing where peacocks dress up as pandas. That's unfortunate. Yeah, adult friend finder, of course. Gingers with bad hair dyes. Are you ashamed, John? Are you ashamed of your people? Are you just not attracted to your people? Not a problem. Also, as we said before, amputees and aggressive scarring. Gross. They need love too, but I don't know why you need to bring it up in the search histories. John,
the sources for this episode of Two-Sided have been the first segment, Cresco Labs, Medical News Today Magazine, Texas420doctors.com, verywellhealth.com, and WebMD. Second segment, John L. Peacock's blank browsing history, and the short segments, the Washington Post.
Well, the short and John L. Peacock's browsing history is brought to you by Henna Tattoos, for the tattoo that lasts forever for only a short time. Henna Tattoos. Want to look like Mike Tyson for an afternoon? Henna Tattoos. Only your mom will be scared at the anniversary party. And brought to you by, oh, look at this, Cannabis Conundrum. They're also giving love here, man. You got to love these guys. Always support from the Fox Foundation and the Cannabis Conundrum. Keeping it smoky, keeping it real. Keeping it hard, keeping it peel. Indica, sativa, hybrids we do. Smoke we all, smoke with you. These guys, and they're fucking rhyming. We love them. Thank you, cannabis. You guys, great.
Well, my boy Pete, now it's time for your favorite game and mine. My boy Pete, what's the through line?
You're embarrassed of your life choices. Need to be destroyed, punished, and I feel like you pay money for a woman in fucking an outfit to teach you lessons. Is that true?
No, that was a bit that you did without my permission. I told you not to do it. You ran all of those by me. And I was like, no, this will make me look like a pervert. Like, yeah, I know, that's the point. I was like, no, the point's to be funny.
Thing,
you're like, that's not funny. And you're like, I know it's not funny, but it will make you look like a pervert.
We don't believe in perverts. That's an aggressive term that we don't cast aspersions or judgments on. We never yuck someone's yum, John. That's why I say, hey, kudos to you, bud. Do whatever you need to do to feel better about your day-to-days. That's from me to you. The through line. Let's go through the through line. Indica, sativa. Different kinds of weed. The legalization of said weed and John's browser history. That's going to be because a lot of times people, weed is it's a give and take, a push and a pull, ebb and a flow. John, the thing is, weed has been coming. The legalization of weed is going to make us stop clearing our browser histories. What we're going to tell our significant others. I have to clear it because I look up weed stuff, babe. Is that it? No, it's not it. What do you mean amputees? I was thinking about like fucking the different kinds of nugs. Like you amputated them from the stalk. This one says short and stocky. Yeah, I know. It's an indica, babe. This one says skinny on the couch. Yeah, no, but did I win? No. Okay.
But is that your final answer, my boy Pete?
Final answer. Weed is a coming. Slowly, but it's a coming.
That's right, my boy Pete. Marijuana, also known as cannabis, more correctly, and blank browsing histories affect the memory.
You're a fucking idiot.
You were so spot on, and I was like, stop now. No, I got one more in me.
It's not spot on because when I'm doing stupid shit and it's the answer that you're going for, it makes me weep for the future. John.
What?
But remember when you asked me the definition of irony, bud?
Before we head out of here, my boy Pete, is there anything from this episode you'd like to take a second glance at, a second look, second thought, a second opinion? This is Pete's Retraction Corner.
Yes. First off, I would not have as much patience as I did. I felt like I was a beacon of patience. I was a bastion of truth, John. That's not what the people pay to see, bud. They want me calling it like I see it. Why do people like my boy Pete? Because he's a fucking straight shooter. This guy shoots from the hip. Call him old hip shooter. You just see him at the rest home, fucking busting hips. Hip shooter, left and right. John, I feel like I should cut loose a little more. And what I'm going to do, John, I'm going to give a little story in the green room once we get there. So, John, when we get to the green room, take your time, but not too long, because you know how fucking much I miss you when you're gone, buddy. But I got stories to tell. Y'all stick around. I got stories to tell.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We have our open chat show continuing for those listening live on the Stereo app or watching on YouTube. So if you're here now, as my boy Pete said, regardless of the platform, stick around. And if you're hearing this later and want to join us in the green room for after show wind downs or want to throw some topics out there, email two-sidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO, sidedpod@gmail.com.
And also make sure you bring ice.
That's a wrap for tonight. I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
I'm my boy Pete in Southern California. I'm really hoping someone brings ice to the green room.
And this was our show. You can eavesdrop wherever you get your podcasts and even join us live, both on our YouTube channel, handle @2sidedpod, TWO sidedpod, all one word, and the stereo app every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the serious and the fun, here on Two-Sided. Love you, Pete.
Love you, John. Put up the logo. Put up the logo. Psst, put up the logo. Psst. All right. Shh, quiet. Okay. Cool. Perfect. Everyone be quiet. And folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, goddamn children of all ages, we are now in the green room. That's right, folks. The goddamn green room. John L. Peacock is going to run off to the little Peacock's room where gingers go at night when they have nowhere else to go. That's right, folks. We have the moment to ourselves. It is the man of the hour, the No, that's not even it. John's the man of the hour. I'm a poor representation of the two-sided. I bring nothing to the table. John does all the work. We all know this. We all know this. But hear me out. Hear me out, folks, because what you're going to hear now, you're going to hear a little story told by my boy Pete. I'm going to regale you with the information, with this little story of how the two-sided became the two-sided. How John L. Peacock ruined the life of my boy Pete. How a man of my caliber was on a trajectory for greatness and somehow was intercepted in the orbit of a peacock. Well, folks, hold on to your butts. We're about to be honest. And by honest, I mean, I'm telling my side. So there I was. There I was, back in college, back in Arizona. Yeah. John, No, I shouldn't do the pirate voice yet. I wasn't in my pirate phase. I was in my phase where I wanted people to fuck with me because I was like, Arizona's tough. Fuck that. So I rode a bike everywhere. No. Okay, I met John after I got a truck. No, I had a fucking car. I was moving up in the world, John. I was moving on up. When I met John, I was working at the Boys and Girls Club. I had bought a fucking Chevy Malibu. You guys, you know what a Malibu is? It's a fucking city in California that you need to visit, or a car that you should probably not buy because it's a kind of piece of shit. But hear me out. First car, very happy. We're living at the when I say we, I, myself, my roommate Henry, and my roommate Hugh, 3 of us living in a 2-story house, 4 bedrooms, has an indoor pool. Shit you not, an indoor pool where you had to go out of the house across the yard, but the pool had its own house that was landscaped around. Like, oh my God, we were paying $750 a month for this house. Giant. Had kind of shitty apartments where people lived around us. Totally fine. Like, what is wrong with this? Why are we? Turns out it was haunted. Fucking, that's a whole nother story. It was a truly haunted house. My roommate's girlfriend, Amber, one of my closest friends in school, she's like, you got to meet this guy Peacock. She was doing theater, had a class together with him. They were doing a show. I'm like, he's weird. He's the fucking guy who wears the beret. Motherfucker, it's Safford, Arizona. Okay, well, John's gonna say Thatcher. Fair enough. It's Thatcher, Arizona. It's 100 and fuck off degrees, and John's wearing a scarf and a beret and the John Lennon Little Beatles glasses. And I see him on campus. I'm like, fuck that guy. She's like, no, he's cool. You'll like him. Trust me, you'll like him. Nah, Amber, that's some bullshit. Fuck that guy. She brings him over one night. And he comes in, and we're hanging. Him and Henry and Amber are downstairs. I come down, like, all right, what's going on? I start drinking because at that point, at that point, I'm an aggressive drinker. You know, I'm not sure where in life I was not an aggressive drinker. If you go back to my people's history, our culture is an aggressive drinking culture. What is that? That is my childhood? No, that is my people. Who are my people? I don't know. Podcasters? Doesn't fucking matter. Hear me out. So go down, like, book this guy, whatever. They're hanging out, playing video games. Like, all right. He's like, you want to smoke weed? I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll smoke. Amber comes up. She doesn't really smoke. Henry doesn't smoke at all. I don't think she even smoked with us. So that she's sitting there with us. We all smoke. He's listening. He puts on Bob Marley. Like, okay. It's a fucking truly quintessential feel of college. Like, this motherfucker. We go downstairs and play Mario Kart for like hours. This becomes our routine where hey man, I have a rehearsal or whatever. Motherfucker had a landline phone. Who has a landline phone? All right. Yeah, we did. Crazy town. Anyway, fucking he'd come over, smoke weed, and listen to music or play video games. GoldenEye, Mario Kart. Got to be a pretty good brotherhood. Went to second year I knew him. Into the first year, we went to Mexico. No. I take that back. No. I've been a couple times. The first time I went was not, John, you need to come in on this, bud. I'm going to need your help here because we need to dissect this. I know when we were in college, Henry got arrested for smuggling immigrants across the border when he went down there. I know that. That was in college. Did I go to Mexico with you in college? Or was it after I left? I've been a few times, and I'll have you know, it's been, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, your friend and mine, John L. Peacock, the Cincinnati Strangler, the Toledo Tornado, the Saskatchewan Stabber.
Right.
Sorry.
No, why do you know? You're going for alliteration. It's not a really good one even. There's no T in Saskatchewan.
The Peacock Tsunami.
Okay, so wait, give me the thing.
No. Oh shit. All right, fair enough. Here you go. Make an admin. Folks, so there's the first one. Yes, make an admin. Good enough. So tell me riddle me this, John O. Peacock. Riddle me this, bud. Did I go to Mexico with you from Arizona, or did I only go to Mexico with you when I was in California? You made hand gestures? Oh, John L. Peacock is a tribute to our mute audience. We've been doing a lot of outreach. It's a lot of visual outreach. And the thing is, if one was to ask you, how would one market to the mutes? Okay, they don't like to be called the mutes, but they can't hear us. So let's talk about them. If one would ask how would one market to the mute community, John L. Peacock, tell them how it's done, bud.
Isn't mute non-speaking, but you can still hear? Isn't deaf non-hearing?
No, man. Here's the deal. If you play a mean pinball, you can be deaf, dumb, mute, right? The whole thing. My
Such
good
a
friend
supple wrist.
My good friend Tommy
Uh-huh.
couldn't hear a lick I said. Every night there, Tommy doesn't even know. I didn't even understand him, though I told him so. I'd yell and scream and think about all the things that I said. He would just stare out the window like he was a fucking dead. Oh, but he sure played a mean pinball. I think that's how. Isn't that? No.
Such a supple wrist. Sure plays a pee-pee-po. Right, yeah, no, we got it. Everything's fine, my boy Pete.
Everything. They think they've managed me. They think I am a mute. Even though I'm singing, they don't know what mute is. John, if you like musical humor, well, fuck you. You're in for a goddamn treat, my friend. Folks, we are the Two-Sided Pod. We're here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific. That is right, 11 p.m. Eastern. Well, that's 4 a.m. Greenwich, Meanwich, sandwich time if you're across the pond. Folks, if you're on the stereo streets right now and you're seeing us live, click that link above your head. Find us on the YouTubes. Because right now, John L. Peacock is going to be changing that link on the stereo streets and going to be posting it in our live chat to our new friend, our new ally, our new sponsor that we are actually affiliated with. That is right, folks, the Galactic Super Friends. That's right. The Galactic, G-A-L-A-C-I, Galactic Friends. That's P-F-R-I-N-D-S. Doesn't matter, John. Just let me roll. I can, if I keep talking, I'll figure it out. We can fix it in post. That's right, folks. Galactic Super Friends. Have you ever been on a goddamn space cruiser and fucking wanted some music? Well, that's what you're going to get here. Galactic Super Friends. And friends is spelled with a P-F-R-I-E-N-D-S. That's right, folks, because there's a P in everything you need to do in life. A My Boy Pete, a John L. Peacock, a P in the for friends. Folks, the Galactic Super Friends, John's going to be putting in the link chat.
How many capitals are there? Or is it all lowercase?
Here's the deal, John. No one needs to talk about underscores in this relationship that we have with our sponsor, the Galactic Super Friends. What they need to know is that if you listen to the newest Drop Dope beat, hit that like, alert, and subscribe button. Not only will you be helping us, but you'll be helping yourselves to some goddamn ear music. Sometimes you need to get something good put in your ear canals. And this is one of those times.
And sometimes a link that we just put above our heads in the stereo streets and are about to put onto the YouTube streets live looks pretty sketchy, but that's okay. The beats are still sick, and it is actually, I checked it out myself, so it is from the Galactic Super Friends, but it looks like just youtube.be. Click here. It's not bad. Okay.
Hey, you guys, you want to get bigger dicks or fucking make more money? If you're not making $170,000 a day, you're not doing it right. Click in the link below to figure it out. That's right. Like and subscribe for more content. Jesus H tits, John. You can put you can put a word. You can put like fucking Galactic Super Friends and do a hyperlink and put the link. You're like, nope.
Not in the stereo streets. No, you can't. No, it's link only.
Hey, bud,
it is
focus
link only.
Focus. Hey, focus with me.
What? Sorry, what?
On the chat on the YouTube. Now you put it there, yeah?
Yeah, that's where I'm going now.
I think you're going straight to hell, my friend. You're taking us all with you. It's going to be a great ride. All right, this is what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do, John, I'm going to shut the fuck up for a second. I'm going to mute up, get some ice. I think there was an ice caravan. I saw an ice cream truck circling the blocks before. I'm going to eat some hot Fritos, get some ice, maybe get a SpongeBob SquarePants popsicle. I just don't even know. Oh, look, your shit is highlighted.
It worked. Click on that.
Hey, click on this.
So on the YouTubes, we have our link, and on the stereo street. So those listening live, which this is the green room, and that would be all of you, except for maybe a very special friend who we're not supposed to name quite yet. Anyway, for those listening and watching live, the link itself looks a little sketch, but I've checked them both, and they lead directly to the newest set of the Galactic Super Friends, the first of our many sponsors. I'm so glad you ran out. I'm only talking to friends right now. I'm talking to friends at this point. Come on. We're all friends here. No, seriously. You've talked about Galactic Super Friends with a few friends for a while, because they are the DJ is a close friend of both of ours for a long time, and is our first official sponsor. And they're great people. Great people. He is great people. I don't know why I'm doing that, because it's like he's a DJ. It's Galactic Super Friends. Oh, friends. That's why. Holly, not Mono. Wait, no, now I'm losing it. No, seriously, check it out. This new set, checked it out. He just sent it to us yesterday, and I was able to grab a bit of this beautiful set. Super proud of it. We talked about the 80s Back to the Future set, which that was, I think, the last one we directly sponsored. And this is a step beyond. And so we're excited about it. We sent those links out, and check them out.
Look here for the laser. That's still my favorite. Beep, 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 beep. That's my fucking jam. I've sent that to a lot of people. I think, because you look at how many plays they get, like, I think I'm responsible for at least fucking 100 of those.
Because you're on
a couple thousands. Yeah. I'm like, I'm all up in them.
Yeah.
You guys, but I'm just letting you know, if you guys all click on a link, find that, go to the page. I was going to say, John, you should have gotten the page, but yeah, this is the newest drop. This is the newest thing.
I'll do that
on
the YouTube.
Once you get there, you can go ahead and go to the channel, hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the alert, because we're trying to do some cross-platform shit where we can get live music, where we can get aggressive cross content. Because the thing is, nobody likes a non-follower. Come on, follow, like, subscribe. Don't be. Look at this guy. Hey, if you guys like sketchy content links, look what John L. Peacock is posting now. Jesus Christ.
And that's the YouTube page.
Hey, do you want to meet singles in Ukraine? Well, click here, because there's busty singles wanting to come to America. You are not good internet, John. If I was internet, I would say, no, John, you cannot be here.
I'm going to say our friend who copied all the links into the email that I said, that's what I'm going to copy and paste, was maybe not the best, and did something that I think he added a virus. This is behind the curtain, right? Good.
You're the worst. Bro, that's why I was saying, as a producer of the show, I think you would be more prepared and equipped to deal with links. But then I also said in the text, I said, it is never going to happen, because John is our producer. He leaves things to chance. Look at him. He can't even fucking put on a shirt by himself. This fucking ginger.
I put it on. It is on me.
Yeah. No, I think the shirt is wearing you. I think survey says that shirt is wearing you, my friend.
All right, we got some packets of pop, so pop them on out.
Oh shit! Forgot my phone's in my pocket. Mike.
What is the phone?
How do we get here? Hey, you guys see how drunk it is around this kitchen? It is fucking hammered. All right, well, I'm gonna play some messages and see if things fucking sober up on this end. God help us.
Petey, are you trying to smoke a blinky while a girl tugs on and smokes your winky?
Dream. Fucking, I would say bucket list, but I don't have to say that any longer. I'm just gonna say dream. When you all have consenting partners, like, hey, what do you want to do in a thing? Like, oh, in public, on a water slide, in an elevator? Like, nah, man, smoking weed, watching cartoons. Fucking awesome. Goddamn keeper.
Oh my God. I've been watching you on the YouTubes and smoking my face off. And then about 10 minutes ago, I got the munchies. So that whole thing, oh my God, I was laughing so hard I started choking. I almost died. Thanks for that. Fucking stellar. That was so fucking good. That whole thing reminded me of Cannonball Run with the two priests doing the bloopers. These bleeds. Talking about the beads. Dean Martin went to go say beads and he said bleeds. And him and Sammy Davis Jr. did that whole rap. Beads.
These bleeds?
So funny. God, that's a great segment, guys.
MFA, salted human. My girl, I love you. We love you. That I'm so glad I didn't even pull that reference. And that's now going to be on my movie list to watch this week. I will be watching Cannonball Run. A fun one that I do own that I've watched recently is look up Rat Race. Like, if you haven't seen it, I'm sure you have. But Rowan Atkinson, fucking Radio, Chris Griffin, like all them shits.
Dang. I just like the way it smells.
Damn straight. Man after my own heart. John, imagine going through a department store, the men's section. Aqua di Gio? No, thank you. Dracar Noir? I'll have a little bit. Cocaine? I'll have a bump. Perfect. I'll buy the fucking Aqua di Gio as well. John, I'm thinking if you have a little tester. No, you can't do that. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Julie is saying, don't worry, because as our social media manager, she's going to add the link into a cool reel on Insta. So we're going to get some more feed on our Insta for the Galactic Super Friends. On the John says, thank you. I say Apple. Apple, thank you. What I've learned from watching John L. Peacock on Two-Sided Mute and Coco the Crapping Monkey when she met Robin Williams, I've learned a couple hand gestures. Number one, this means apple. This means thank you. This means there's an old-timey telephone ringing. Katie did, 201. Sorry, we're going.
Some people smoke meth. Some people smoke crack. Some offer.
Folks, if you like what you heard, if you can't believe what you've seen, if you've never found Ricky's ball sack, well, folks, this is the time where you come down to the altar and worship the sack of the two-sided. Ain't that right, John? I had to cut that. Because right now you've been really on me about SAG and AFTRA and the Constitution and the fucking 10 Commandments and the fucking 12 steps and the 19th hole. Come on, John. If you put in on the 18th, you got to go to the bar to the 19th, bud. At every golf course, it's called the 19th hole. That's part of the 12-step. Doesn't matter, John. What I'm going to say is I've learned my lessons, and I'm trying to figure out a way. John, I'm trying to figure out a way to satisfy your needs, but meet the needs of the people. John, I like to think of you as our Lord and Savior, but I like to think of myself as a Moses who's leading the motherfuckers and doing the goddamn work in the desert. You know what I mean? You have your mandates and your dictates and your fucking double takes. Hey, what? Hey, I got boots on the ground, or in this case, sandals, because we are the chosen people, John. I'm just saying, come to my desert, they say. It'll be great, they say. You'll break in your sandals in 2 hours, they say. Oh, could be worse. Could be on the two-sided. Tuesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. John. Oh, shit. Oh, we got 2 more messages. Oh, should we play them? No, I don't think we should. Oh, shit, we should. John's the worst.
All right, I didn't say it in the show, but my favorite strain is Blue Dream as one of the herniated disc L5L6 on the left side because it is sciatica when it flares up. That is a strain that actually medically helps me in a way that I've not found others, so I'm gravitating towards that. Jack Fair, also a pretty good one for it, but Blue Dream.
You keep leaving dumbass messages like that, you're gonna have a problem with L7 and L8 too. All right? Fair enough.
Wait. No. Hey, no. I did nothing. Allegedly. No. It was you. I was not saying. I was not Lucifer. I was not playing the role of Lucifer when you and I met, and allegedly whatever you said happened. No. You were bad. You're a bad boy. No, wait, hold on. Wait, this is getting weird. Wait, are you talking about the one thing or the other thing? The wheat? Wait, hold on. Wait, what? I should listen more.
In general, you should. And in long term, listen more. Short term, stop leaving messages. I think what I am requesting is less verbal response, fewer hand gestures. You're going to have to cut the eye contact in half at least, right? What I need, a little less country, John, a little more rock and roll.
I have answers to your questions about the Mexico trips, my friend.
Well, I don't want to hear your Mexico trip answers anymore. Fucking Mr. McShitballs is no longer here. No one cares. I don't care. The thing is, we are now a myth. We are sired by Zeus. We are ebony and ivory. We are Hercules and Andronicles. We are fisticuffs and shawarma.
Cheek by gel.
Exactly. Nay, I say, I will walk with thee cheek by gel. Bro, that's crazy town. It just hit me like a ton of bricks that I had a dream last night that it did not involve you, but it had that I was having an argument, but I made reference to Laertes. Like I remember vividly that I were like fucking Laertes, motherfucker, talking shit, fucking never following the God. What the? And I remember like Laertes and nothing cheek by jowl. Like God.
No, that's Lysander.
Well, it is because Laertes is Hamlet.
Right.
Yeah, fair enough. So I thought it and I didn't. You know what? Because I don't love Shakespeare and I don't care. But I thought about it from Midsummer's, even though I said the wrong name. Continue with
right.
John. The thing
I have
is,
bad syntax sometimes. Yeah. No, you're Lysander. You got to dream about Lysander.
I know it's all. I didn't. I called someone that. There was nothing about life. John, the thing is, I don't care, and I don't need your support. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to integrate myself with you into your world, right? I'm here, bud. I see you. Like, yeah, fucking Shakespeare's cool, man. You said cheek by jowl. I'm like, I know things too. Like, I'm trying to get it. You're like, that's cool. Like, I don't give a fuck if you think it is, John. Shakespeare's for fools.
Alas, the path, the something of love never did run smooth. The river path.
In the river of the night.
I go walking in my sleep.
My boy Pete has dreams in his sleep about Lysander and Laertes, and they are so deep. And John Peacock corrects him and says it's okay, but my boy Pete doesn't care. And fucking talks anyway in the middle, two-sided. Come on, John. Remember that Billy Joel album?
Love never did run smooth. Which one?
Dude, the one where it's in the middle of the night, I'll go walking in my sleep through the devil of the pain to the river so deep. And it's like, it has people in the background.
The fire.
That's exactly the one. It's when, you know what? Speaking of which, John, let's pour a little tonic of gin and
you know what is it? Something so hard to find that it can only be seen by the eyes of the mute. Yeah. That can only be seen by the eyes of the mute in the middle of the night.
Don't talk. Have tongues. Don't speak. Look at me. Hope your eyes are better than your sense of speech. In the middle of the, don't look at me, because now you don't know what I'm saying. It's the mute time. It's a good song, John. It's a good fucking quality song, bro.
I think that deserves a shot. Is your gin and tonic ready?
I am not one to dissuade a peacock from imbibing, so I will go with you. Nay, I will stand by you, cheek by jowl, John. Bink, bink, bink.
Huzzah, and all that. What? Yeah.
All right, pop quiz, John. Pop quiz.
All right, go.
You have to go to purgatory, and in purgatory is you're scheduled to work at a Ren fair for eternity, or until the nearsighted eternity, or stigmatism eternity if you need corrective lenses for eternity. John, for purgatory, not hell, not heaven, just what booth would you work at a Ren fair in purgatory?
Oh, crap.
Oh, you think I don't stay up at night researching these great answers to fucking twist your mind, John?
Well, it was the twist. It was the twist. It was purgatory. Okay, so he's not giving me any options. So where's the question? Okay, Ren fair.
Here
okay,
it is.
So that's but the question is what? I get the choice.
What booth? What you get the choice in what booth? I'm like M. Night Shyamalan in fucking questions about purgatory and John's work ethic. I don't know if that. Yeah, I'll take it. That translates.
Oh,
keep going.
100% the fool, the jester, because it's purgatory. It's forever. That one can change. Others cannot. That's 100% what I'm going to do.
But won't the jester be aggressively get the worst of everything from everyone at times? Won't you have the most punishment?
This is purgatory.
Day?
This is eternity. This is the chaos that no one else has. Yes,
Yeah.
I will take the punishment
John.
over the stagnancy of the same over and over and over again.
John.
I will. If it's different, if it shifts, if I'm able to make shifts, because the gesture can be anything. The fool is a joker. It's a question mark. That's eternity.
John, apparently you've never served turkey leg at a Ren fair because it's brilliant, beautiful, and it's involving turkeys.
For
also,
eternity.
axe throwing.
Same thing.
No, because at that point, like, now you can play the game. Like, oh, I get to do different things. What do you do? All right, step right up. If I can throw the axes, I don't want to be here anymore. All right, I'm going to catch all the axes you throw at me. Ready, go. And your thing is you get fucking hacked down with axes. And like, right, all right. As a jester, what do you do? Like, I'm Ginger. My bells on the shoes are blinging every time I walk, Ginger time. And then the king's like, all right, I can juggle. You're not doing it fast enough. Lop his head off. And now you spend your days running around with jingly shoes, trying to juggle things or fart or tell a joke. And then you always end up getting your head lopped off because you're a piece of shit, John. Oh, I don't know if I told you that. Purgatory, everything repeats when you get killed. So it's like the day after tomorrow.
That's fine.
I don't know. Did you see Tom Cruise in it?
I saw Bill Murray in Groundhog Day.
Same thing. Like if you put a cloak on him.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Right. Yeah, and one is much taller and cooler.
Jester. Okay, Jester.
Yeah,
all right, Jester.
The chaos. What would you be?
Fair enough.
I mean,
I would be.
Yeah.
I would take a note from the book of your friend and mine, the one, the only, the drunk, the stony, Joey Labarnik. I would become a member of a guild. And what do guilds do, John? John, guilds set up camp in said atmosphere. Do they sell anything? Not really. Do they offer things? Yes. It's like the Burning Man of Middle Earth. Come on in. The Guild of the Distilled. Just get shithouse hammered and pass up shots to people who want to come. And your day-to-day is just welcoming people in and getting housed. The Guild of the Distilled. Final answer.
But that is people who visit, right? Not actually a booth. Where the Jester is part of the Geek Queen show, so that's different.
No. It's the same thing. If you've ever been to a Ren fair, there is the high court, there's the booths of the food and the games and the whatever, and then like, oh, here's the the plain, and here's the greenery, and there's people who set up on that who are part of the thing. Like, oh, the danceries come at 1, 4, and 8, but they don't have a booth. Right. They set up in the trees. And here's the guilds, and they set up in booths, and they set up like, we're under the bridge fucking drinking rum.
Right.
Free childcare. Watch your children for free. Throw them under the bridge and go have drinks. All free childcare. That kind of shit, John.
So we're both in the world of the Ren Fair as opposed to direct selling. I'll read your palm. I'll sell you like costumes. I'll sell you a didgeridoo or some stones. So we're in the world, which means that every once in a while you're going to kill me, and every once in a while we'll be aligned, and every once in a while we'll be completely neutral, right?
100%. But now that you say those words, now I want to take it one step further. If it's true Ren Fair, all right, I want to be the fucking drug dealer in the parking lot after the Ren Fair ends, when people are camping and drinking and hanging out in tents. You guys ever fucking smoked weed in a fucking Chevy conversion van outside of a Ren Fair in fucking Superior, Arizona? Well, Well, motherfucker, you're gonna do it tonight.
What other drugs might this Ren Fair edition be selling aside from marijuana? After a Ren Fair.
First off, number one, if any dealer worth their salt at a Ren Fair always has a flask of mead.
There you go.
They say when you come up to a campfire, huzzah! Are any of you interested in the wares of the unholy, the world of beyond? Well, before we get into that, can I offer you some mead from my pouch? Please raise your glasses or your horns. No horns? I will provide such. And you have little fucking the cone cups that you pull out of the fucking office cooler. Here's a horn. Nay, 2 horns. Ha ha ha! Mead for all. It's actually Red Bull and vodka. Fucks your shit up. Ha ha! Huzzah! Now, shall we get to basics? My good sir, what are you interested in? Would you like to travel to the great beyond? Would you like to leave your body and move to the heavens and glare down from above? Or gaze, as it were, depending on how one's humors strike them? Would one like to lay down quietly on a bed of palm fronds while those around them fan them and feed them grapes? What was one looking to acquire today? I do say, good sir, I am all ears, and I will listen for your reply.
Well, I'm from 1472, so anything you say that I don't recognize, I'm gonna say it's dark magic, and I'm not gonna go near it. So, you know, some hams.
I apologize because I came in hot. It usually does a lot to help move wares if I stay in character, but this guy has been fucking drinking. You guys, is he for real? Like, I mean, I have a lot of things I can sell you, but is he good? Is he good? You good, man?
Does thou have any wares from something that you don't call the filter that I recognize, and I'll be buying it for you for a good skinny?
All right, the last one I caught a little bit of the guineas, and I know that means fucking money. That's what people say, right? Should I just empty my pocket and see if he's interested in things? Would that be best to move things along? Fair enough. Oh, all right, I'll play along. He's had a lot. All right, fair enough. My good sir. Well, I have things that will astound, that will amaze, that will set one's wits on fire. But that, sir, that is for another time. Black magic has no place here, sir. Sir, you are correct. We do not support and will not condone and do not present any said black magic. Fair enough? Good, sir? All right. I'm going to need everyone to just hold on to these mushrooms. It's ketamine and LSD. Let me talk to this guy and figure out what we can do. Sir, have you ever had salted ham?
Oh, yes. I've been on a ship before.
Sir, have you ever had salted ham on a Triscuit?
I don't know what this Triscuit is.
Sir, have you ever had salted ham on a Triscuit with a goldenrod, devil's teacher mushroom? Sir, do you know what penis envy is? And I don't want you to get hung up on the word penis, And I don't need you to think about the religious implications of envy. But what I need you to do is I need you to focus on the greenery from the garden. I need you to focus what comes from the earth. If the Lord made it come from the ground, how bad can it be? Am I right?
Let me get this straight. You're talking about the envy penis. The long little thing that grows out of the ground as a little mushroom top. You're talking about the thing that makes one go wee when they eat something called a fungi. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, sir, I'm glad you had the time to digest this. In the meantime, all of your friends have bought my wares, I've made my money, and I have no more time for you. May God have mercy on your soul, and I hope the chicken leg chokes you when you eat it tomorrow. Good day, sir.
I would like some penis, Henry. It gets you really messed up. Oi, where'd you find that fungi? Oi.
You're the worst. I feel like you'd actively be, and I want you to be. Like, the thing is, like, I don't want that. I want that. I want John to stay in character for 48 hours straight. Hello, it's always John. We're literally waking up. Oh, fucking blimey! Look at the goddamn stars. It's like fucking sparrows and fucking nightingales are colliding in my brains. Hello, do we have gruel, blood pudding, or we're having another chicken leg for breakfast? John, you would be a pariah that I could not get enough of at a festival of stupidity. Like, I don't need that kind of behavior when we're touring in vacation destinations. Oh, look, we're in Springfield, Ohio, looking for our next meal. I don't need you being weird. Like, we're just here for the cats and dogs. That's all we're here for. Not to make friends, bud. But we go to a Ren fair. My guy. My guy. You're like a fucking Sherpa because you're weird as fuck. And like, oh, look at his robes. He fucking wore those in yesterday. Hasn't changed. These are John's robes that he wears on the day-to-day.
As costume.
Fucking Ren fair.
What are you saying, costume?
What are you talking about? Fucking want me to read your palm?
And that's why Jester, because I could go in a little costume, go out to the dude selling drugs. It's eternity. I don't want to do the same thing over and over again. I have only the Ren fair. I have so much to work with. A Jester, a fool, would let me do a little bit more than everyone else.
All right, let's take a fucking step back. Let's all have a moment here, right? Let's all get our breath under us. Jesus Christ, John. Let's limit his options because he's so fucking set in his ways. I want options. I'm a thing. Gingers have rights. No, you don't. Shut the fuck up. How about this, John? The eternity in limbo at a county fair. Not a state fair, my friend. Oh no, you don't get the luxury of a governor coming out, specialized foods, Coca-Cola giving $2 off for entry as a fucking national goddamn state fair product. Oh no, sir, you are county. You are local county. You have metal detectors. You have shit fried Oreos. You have a farm animal race that includes ducks. Who includes ducks in a farm animal race, John? Not the state. State has duck competitions. They don't have farm animal races with ducks. Get some goddamn class.
There's a pig competition, right?
John, everything has a pig competition, but you have a farm animal race, and it's like every kind of goats, pigs, ducks, chickens. It's a goddamn rigged race, John. Where do you work your magic for eternity at the county fair?
Oh, my friend.
We're all yours.
So my first options, because you want to get as much clout and learn to get it over time because it's eternity and it resets, is the like frozen fried things.
I don't think those two things exist in the same basket, but say that again.
Fried frozen like ice cream, fried ice cream, fried like the Twinkie,
the Mexican fried ice cream.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
the fried Twinkies, the fried ice cream is not fried. It has the crunchy coating on the thing. So you can't fry ice cream. Don't be an idiot. El Torito proved that. Set 2 fires, killed a fucking waiter. It's litigation. I can't talk about it, but
the other one I was thinking is the person in charge of the pig competition, and both of these for the reason of you have clout, and so you're like, hey, I can make your pig win, but what can you give me? All right, but you gave me a multi-animal race competition that I
have you never been to a county fair, bro?
So that one, the biggest contest is going to happen because there's people from all over and they want their duck to win, and there's going against a 300-pound pig, but you can make that duck win. You can make it win. And so
here's the deal.
That's a long investment, but I think it pays in dividends over time.
Here's the deal. I like what you're saying, John. Number one, if you're working the county fair, you got to do the long con because you know what I mean. Fucking, that's how the entertainer starts playing in the background, and we all know what time it is. Number two, when you get to the county fair, the first thing you got to do, fight the biggest pig.
Right.
Always fight the big. It's like prison or county fairs. You fight the biggest pig, fucking take that clout, John. First you get the clout, then you get the fucking fried Twinkies, then you get the khakis.
Right.
Smooth sailing. Smooth sailing after that, bud.
I mean, those are pretty good positions because of the clout that can happen, right? What is your thought
also
on county fair?
County fair. I was going to say positions. I like missionary. I like reverse cowgirl.
Vendor of the fried stuff. Pig competition controller.
No, I don't want to be. No, here's the deal. First off, if you've ever worked a fair food, if you're inside, it's fucking hot and miserable. You can talk a lot of shit. You can get fucked up, but you're miserable. It's no bueno. It's not good. And like, yeah, just duck down and smoke weed and drink. Like, yeah, but then I'm hot and I'm having to get up and down. Like, you know what fucking altitude sickness is? Well, you're going to know in about 4 more cycles. Welcome to the party. Pig shit, not a big fan, John. Horticulture. That's my bread and butter.
What I would like pumpkin?
To do, no, fuck the pumpkins. The pumpkins can suck a fucking nut. What I want to do, I want to be in the succulents and the orchids section where there's the closed greenhouse that either is hot for the orchids, or it's dry for
the succulents,
or in the rose area it's cool. So like you just wander around. Hi, would you like to know about plants? No. Okay, fuck off. Fucking smoke a little herb.
I don't think this is part of a county fair. I think this is a botanical garden.
No, bro. Have you never been to a county fair? I'm coming to your county. Folks, if you act now and you email us at twosidedpod@gmail.com, not only will you be able to enter the weed game where you give my boy Pete weed and he rates it on a scale of 1 to maybe I don't like it at all to 10. Like, that's amazing. You will also be able to go
to thing too.
You'll be able to go to a county fair with my boy Pete. That's a promise and that's a fact, because I want to come to a county near you. And let's fair it up, John. Let's get a goddamn Sprinter van, tour the county. No, we tour the county. There's only one fair. Tour the country through a multitude of counties.
That's what happens.
John, you get 5 points for each county out of your state. You get 1 point for each county in your state. Name some counties. Go.
Nassau, Norfolk, Suffolk, Kings, Queens, New York, Richmond, the Bronx, Maricopa.
Bronx is not a county. It's a way of life. Keep going.
Maricopa.
That's 3. Oh, you're up to 12.
Oh man. Oh, Graham. Pina.
15. Oh, that's not how it's spelled, John. Pequeño Quiblero. That means the little elves.
Oh no, it's Pina. Tucson. That's Pina.
Penile.
It's not penile.
Quiblero. Quibleros Latin crispy because they're made by Pequeño Quibleros. Remember that one, John?
Nope.
Do you remember the fucking cookies made by the elves that lived in a tree?
Yes. Keebler elves.
Keebler elves. They made a Mexican hot chocolate cookie, and they were called Quibleros. And in California, we had a commercial where it was like, Quibleros, Latin crispy because they're made by Pequeño Quibleros. So Keeblers were made by little Keeblers. Like, hey man, I don't know if you know how the fucking language conjugation works, but your treats are delicious and delightful.
As long as your trees don't set on fire.
Giddy up, sir. That's what we're at. Rake the forests.
Orange, LA. One, right?
Lady, toaster, toaster strudel.
Tijuana. I think I got them all.
Capsaicin, Captain Ahab.
Franklin. That's one. Idaho. Yeah.
Captain Crunch.
Cache Valley. That's where Logan is.
If we're talking about going down with the ship, well, Captain Crunch left before the whole thing went down. Folks, if you like Oops All Berries, you'll love the Two-Sided Pod. Folks, we're not here for a long time. What we're here for is a stupid fuck your couch kind of time. John, inquiry minds want to know if you were a breakfast cereal, John, if you had to eat one cereal every day. John, we're going to take all of this back. John, inquiry minds want to know, John, if you had to eat one breakfast cereal for the rest of your days as you worked in the county fairs or the goddamn Ren Fair. John, what would your cereal be and why?
The Kellogg's raisin. Yeah. Kellogg's 2 scoops of raisin. Oh.
We don't know. You gotta say the words. What's your safe word, John? What's your safe word?
Raisin Kellogg's.
Raisin Kellogg's. Well, folks, if you like Raisin Kellogg's and if you think John's answer is appropriate, we'll hit 8575309 1. If you think John is full of shit, dial 8675309 fuck your couch, John. You're wrong. It's Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Anything with bran in the name of the cereal is wrong, and your answer is null and void. Folks,
this is every meal for the rest of your life. I was thinking, what would sustain me over most cereals? And so I had to go back to the original, and Kellogg's did that, but he also added raisin.
Sustain. No, bro. You could.
Oh, you're not here for a long time. You're only here for a short time. So you're going to go what, like?
I'm here I'm here for a two-sided
all
time.
berries. Oops, all berries.
Yeah.
Too much sugar.
Yeah.
Just get it all in you.
Purple hearts, yellow berries, green clovers. Holy shit, you have diabetes.
It's Lucky Charms, but nothing else but the sugar.
Blood, salt, sugar. We're going to cut off your leg after you finish the box. Hello. Follow the nose because your leg's going to be lost later.
And the cereal milk is actually just the indica strain of cereal milk. So it's just.
It's about fucking time someone gives me indica flavored milk. Here's the deal, John. I'm a grown adult. Yeah, I pay taxes. People respect my father. All of these things may or may not be true. But the one thing that is true, I do need weed flavored milk for my fucking cereal for goddamn purgatory. That's goddamn fact, John. All right, but for realsies, enough of your Raisin Bran shenanigans and bullshit. If I'm going to be real deal Holyfield, folks, let's get to brass tacks. I'm not a marshmallow fan. I'm not a fucking super weird sweet fan, except that I am, because my two would be cinnamon toast crunch.
All right.
It's a cinnamon toast crunch, cinnamon sugar shaker. He's a cinnamon toast crunch maker. Hey, Mom, cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah, Mom.
I'm 99% sure that's exactly how it comes.
And number two?
Number two would be Cinnamon Life. Big fan of Cinnamon Life.
You like cinnamon?
Because Mikey likes it. Mikey will eat anything.
Now, Kicks. Kid tested. No. Mother approved.
Here's the deal. I know a lot of mothers, John. I've been around this country a few times, John. Now, John, kind of like the Marlboro Man, we all come to points in our lives where we can no longer sustain these life choices. Now, non-filter cigarettes might be one of them, but I can tell you, Kicks, kid tested, mother approved, is definitely the other.
All right, how about the checks, the flour, not the whole wheat?
Not 9 out of 10 dentists think your answers are bullshit.
What about that one?
Fucking flour.
Which one? Which checks would you do? No. I'd rather do that over the whole wheat.
If I had to do it, if I had to do a checks, I would do a rice checks.
Oh, the rice. That's one. Yeah, the rice. Sorry. I haven't had it in a while. But yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's not too sweet.
But that's what poor people get if they can't afford Cinnamon Life.
Oh, I'm learning something about my family and your family.
Yeah. Here's the deal, John. My dad drove a Chevy Impala. It's a pretty nice car. My mom drove an Oldsmobile station wagon with wood paneling. John, I don't know if you know what fucking hoity-toity looks like, but when you saw us cruising down the street in one of those motherfuckers, you knew. So, but cereals like that were nothing to us. We'd sometimes not even finish the milk. That's how we lived, John. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was a time of cereal. It was a time of no finishing milk cereal stuff.
Wait, so you never got the cereal in the bag? Is that what you're saying?
Bro, that's poor people shit. I only started getting that now that I'm adult and I pay for cereal.
So your parents had those things. My mom always dreamed of having a sob. She never got her dream.
My mom always dreamed of getting larb salad, like the Vietnamese. It's a ground beef. It's seasoned well. A lot of cucumbers, onions, pickled vegetables. Anyway, Never came to fruition.
Sobs are so safe, you know? Sobs are so safe.
Sobs and lobs. Sobs and lobs. You know what? They don't rhyme when you say them together, but I feel like our childhood was the same, John. I feel like
hey, hit those
we figured it out together. Yeah, here we go, bud. Hold on to your dreams. They're going to be crushed. Oh!
Very well, and having all these crazy fucking dreams. I woke myself up this morning talking in my sleep. And what I said waking up was, why you give me that crazy side eye, you bitch? I don't even remember what I was dreaming. Oh, God. This fucking heat sucks balls. Stop anytime now.
I'm telling you. Yeah, the whole thing. When I fucking woke up this morning, it was this morning, horrible splitting headache. So I get up, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take an aspirin. All right, keep your eyes closed, just wander around. I didn't stub any toes, didn't do anything. Like, all right, go back to bed. But now you have a headache. And I was like, all right, you just gotta wait for this. You just gotta wait for it to come. You're gonna be good. Look at my clock, it's 4 a.m. You got an hour, you got an hour and a half. You're good.
Yep.
You can get some sleep, you're good. And it's like, it's not good. Get up, just have a cocktail. Just pound a cocktail, have a little booze, have a little aspirin, you'll be good. I do finally get to sleep. It's like 4:45, maybe. Like it's getting close. Like I get maybe 45 minutes of sleep. I wake up, no headache, little buzzy, because I had been drinking the night before. I'm like, hey, what's happening? Hey, what's going on, pal? Hey, man, you want to take a shower? Hell yeah, you want to take a shower? You want to listen to music? Yes, you do want to listen to music. Nobody needs clothes when you're listening to music. John, it was it got a little rough this afternoon once I got home. Like, oh my God, I'm so tired. This morning,
but the morning
no headache,
fantastic.
a little buzzy, and like, all right, fuck yeah, you bet we're going to drive to work. That's not true. We fucking Ubered.
Headache Pete went through Sleeping Pete, and then the dreams came true of future Pete. And so you have to thank your past Pete for that because he powered through it. It sucked, but he got to sleep, and that created this morning was so beautiful.
Yeah, man. No, but here's the deal. Number one, never give past Pete any fucking credit. We don't trust him. We don't like him. We don't know what he's up to, John. We get to figure shit out as it comes to fruition. We don't like to be scared. We don't like to be surprised. I tell you the good things that past Pete does.
Yeah.
I tell you all the fun, all the great. Past Pete fucks up a lot of shit, John. Past Pete is a little bit mischievous, John. He's like Loki. He's more inclined to chaos. He's more chaotic good.
Okay.
I would say in the spectrum of things, where fuck it, man, burn it all down. But like, oh, is it gonna affect anyone? Oh, it just affects me. Fuck it, I don't care. That is not a good indicator for future my boy Pete, who's like, fuck it, man, I don't care. It's just me. No, man, future Pete cares. Hey, hey, bud, I got some say in this. Turns out I don't have say in it. Turns out what we need to do. You teach future Pete to dwell on the past of things that past Pete didn't do so well. And then when past Pete comes and fucks shit up as he will do. Right, John? This is where you break it down. You know the rest of the words?
Well, it's the spoken word of, well, the past point Pete gave you a right, and the present point Pete does not right, because every time I've seen you, Pete, I'm just gonna just start talking. Every time I've seen you, you kind of emulated the past Pete, but I've never actually known past Pete. I've only known present Pete.
No,
So
you don't.
I don't know how bad past Pete is. I only know this present Pete, and this future
Because
Pete seems to like suffer.
Every Pete you meet is the present Pete.
Every
John,
Pete I
this
meet.
is a mind fuck. So what you're saying is, in your mind, I seem a little crazy? Weird. There's a few. John, have you ever seen Scrooged with Bill Murray?
Yes.
Here's the deal. Number one, I want to staple some antlers on mice. Number two, just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening, and I'm not having a fucking emotional fucking crisis. Keep all those things in mind, but find me a stapler.
Number three,
I don't like numbers, John, and I won't adhere to any set patterns. You say, what's the funniest? I say 3. You say no. I say 2 will do fine, bud. 2 will do fine.
Scrape them off. Scrape them off.
Oh, teach John L. Peacock timing, and then he'll joke, and he'll do it well. If I had a joke, I'd make jokes with John in the morning. That's not true. I'd wait till the evening. Tuesdays, Thursdays. Nope, just Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Come on, John. I'd make funny jokes for him. Greenwich Meastern. Shut the fuck up. Big dogs. All right. Survey says John L. Peacock makes jokes that don't. Nope, that's not it. Wrong one. John, here's the deal. We have one more message. We have one more chance. If you had one chance, if you had one opportunity, would you capitalize or just let it slip through your fingers?
I'm not throwing away my shot. Is that what we're talking about?
Nope. All right. Ginger hair sweaty already. Shirts unbuttoned. Mom's spaghetti looks so sweaty. That's it. Here we go.
I watched this guy on the YouTubes, and he watches movies and stuff. And he's really fucking funny, and he had never seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Watching him watch that for the first time, I was crying. I was laughing so hard. That last segment you just did there with your English voices totally reminded me of watching that. Oh, good stuff, fellas. Lots of laughs today. Thanks for that.
Love you, MFA. Thank you. Thank you, Salty. That's
yeah,
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's John, I didn't know you could have a fucking channel of watching movies. John, a reaction movie of me just fucking smoking weed and hanging out. Oh, y'all. Here's the deal. We're gonna watch Night and Day. We're gonna watch American History X, real good feel good movie.
Clean and sober.
Right, we're gonna watch 28 Days. Fucking every time they make a joke about. All right, I say joke every time they mention addiction. We do a shot. All right, folks, if you like, here's the deal. We're gonna do Super Size Me, and we're gonna get
Leaving Las Vegas.
We're doing Leaving Las Vegas. All right, you know what? Same thing. We're going to do Adventures in Babysitting because I love Elizabeth Shue. We're also going to drink every time they make a fucking silly reference. Who's out there? Stray dog. Every time they say stray dog, everybody has a shot.
Or Thor. Or Thor.
What a good movie. Bro, I can tell you. Here's a little something. Here's a little glimpse, something for the fans out there. Elizabeth Shue, fucking hot as shit. Unbelievable. I've been in love with her since Adventures in Babysitting. She does not. I'm still in love with her. She was in The Boys season 1. She was in Eastbound and Down. She was in, like, she's working still. I think she's a nurse. I don't know, man, but I feel like we would make a great, we would connect. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is, John, I'm very good at networking, right? The thing is, just give me, where do you have coffee? I like coffee. I could go get coffee. We could strike up a fucking conversation over fucking macchiatos. I'm not scared to try. Liz, I think is what we'd end up settling on. I don't know, because we're comfortable like that. That's how we roll. I don't know. I don't want to speak out of class. But it's between you and the princess from Neverending Story. You're welcome for listening.
All right, one more.
John, she's amazing. Say my name. Like, I don't know
what her name is, and that's why.
Bastion, please say my name. Yep, I think. Hear me out. I was fucking 12. She was 12. We're all 12. Everyone's 12. But I feel like now that we've grown as a people, right? I think her and Elizabeth Shue could fight for my love. That's all I'm saying. Like, fucking fight for me, right? I'm worth it, and I feel like people will hold your earrings and your shoes and your babies. I don't know how. Okay, that seems really bad, because in my hold my baby. Okay, it makes more sense when you do the actions for the mutes, John. Shh, quiet. I'm gonna play the message.
Pete, this is your calling. I'm telling you. People get monetized just watching movies and watching series and stuff and watching your reaction to watching the movies. The guy's name's Alex Hefner. He's fucking hilarious. Just a skinny, gangly dude. He's just super fun. I think that I would watch every single movie you ever watched. I think that's your jam. You should absolutely look into it.
Alex Hefner. I've seen reaction videos. I've seen where Americans feed British kids Taco Bell. I was like, number one, love Taco Bell. Not a big fan of British kids. That's neither here nor there, John. How do you get the Taco Bell to the British kids? I don't have those kind of logistics skills. You know what I mean? Right? Am I going to import some kids over? Am I going to ship Taco Bell over there, John? It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. But a fucking movie reaction, John? A movie reaction? Oh, John. There's very few times in life when I see an opportunity for growth. When I say growth, I mean regression. And when I say regression, I mean day-to-day life. John, I'm going to look up fucking Alex Hefner. I wrote his name down.
Job.
My whole thing, John, my new motto is, if Alex can do it, so can I.
So, quick follow back. Taco Bell has been imported into England, and British kids have been imported into America. So both have already happened. It's not impossible.
No.
Second,
number one, let me go back on that. Jack Hare was the first one to introduce marijuana from the Hindu Kush Valley. Just because it happened
all the Americas.
Right. You know what, John? I believe it was Christopher Columbus who once said, puff, puff, give, motherfucker. I believe it was, we called him old Chrissy Puff Puff. That was back his name on the ship. Fucking Bogart the fucking joint. Old Columbus No Pass. That's what we called him, John. It was a long journey with this motherfucker. You know what I mean? But hear me out. Hear me out. What I need to tell you is that no, John, long and short of it, you're a good man. I don't care what people say about you. I support you, and I think you're doing good work. Right? Don't take any of these comments to heart that people send to us at twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO sidedpod@gmail.com. It's not about you, John. It's just about your approach to life. Don't take it to heart, bud. We all support you. We love you. We think that you're doing well, and we hope that you do even better in the future. John?
He just kept talking to you.
It's not me. It's the goddamn air. It's a little humid. It's fucking hot as fuck.
All right, let's all get to our red fire in the sky. If you know what I mean.
Yep. That means we all take a shot and we're going to get out of here. Ain't that right,
100%. That's 100%.
All right. So I can drink them if you got them. If you don't, text a friend who has a drinking problem and wants to drink this late, or you.
I had fun. This is a good one. Like,
you know what?
Not you, but like I had fun.
Yeah, no, 100% not me. Our ideas of fun are completely different, right? Some people look at the Spanish Inquisition and they're like, hey, you know what? Try. Other people like, you know what, man? Not for me. So, John, raise your glass, lower your expectations, folks. We are the Two-Sided Pod. We're here every Wednesday, 4 a.m. Greenwich sandwich time. If you're across the pond, that's Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. If you're in the goddamn United States of America, folks.
There you go.
Tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your parole officers. We'll be here next week. Cheers, Sean.
Cheers, bud. Pick out.
Pink.
Cheers, everybody.
That's unfortunate.
You're welcome for listening. Whoa. All right, peace out already. Bye.
I'm back. Fuck your couch, Sean. Play your messages. Play your thing. Go. Intro. Go. Extra. Go. Go. 3, 2, 1. Go.
No, this is the green room. We just say goodbye. This is normal.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is normal. Hey, everybody. This is normal.